All right, there we go. Let's start the intro. Yeah, I started. I'll put the music on and then get your camera.
Yeah. It's Jacob's time.
All right, I'll play the music. Let's see the camera.
Get it. Yeah. I was at work when I wrote this. I got my mind on the kingdom. I gotta stay focused. We gotta give them the hope of Mashiach, cause I know they feeling so hopeless. Babylon about to pass away, so now I'ma give them they roses. The revelation won't be televised. You see the roar burning in my eyes. The word of Abba got me energized. Most of my people, they still hypnotized. I feel like Elijah, go and pick a side. 400 years we've been compromised. Telling the truth to get you out the lies. Like what the world, he won't let it slide. He won't let it slide, no. He won't let it slide no more. His people not done away with. No. We was coming back to him like a yo-yo. We Israel on the inside and out, so let your soul grow. Rise up, Israel, get your eyes up.
It's still
be chosen for this walk, you just can't sign up.
still loading.
Better own up, cause we know
squares
that times up.
ain't showing yet. Yeah, it ain't showing.
Can make my mind up. Take us time, yeah, take us time.
The clock come back in the
Yeah, was on the road when I wrote this. I'm on the road to the kingdom. I'm praying the lane will stay open. 2 hands on the wheel, hey. In the most high I be hoping. Yes, I rely on his wisdom. So I'm casting my burdens, I'm open. It's almost that time we gotta get through. I see how your time, he trying to recruit. Step on the beast, his head I will bruise. Time to put cleats on all of my shoes. Time to go deep just like a masseuse. I got the keys, I read it in loot. Christ is inside when you in the truth. Kill my desire, cause these are the fruits. He giving me drive, my body's a coupe. Yeah, we on the rise and we cannot lose. Yeah, never repent, cause that's why I'm sent. We close to the end, what side would you choose? Dawn in my flesh like I got a rose in my hand. How can I fall off? He got my soul in his hands. I leave it behind, I'm so beyond the storm, riches in heaven, I'm monetized. Enemy plot, I got a weapon, cause the Bible I'm reading is my device. I roll with a mob who live in heaven, you don't want it with squad, ain't nothing nice. His wisdom divine, it's so ironic that I took out 11 and now I rise. Yeah.
Jacob's time.
It's Jacob's time now. Yeah.
The camera's still on.
Get it. Yeah.
So I'm turning on my camera now. What do you see?
I see. I got you. All right. Sharing. Boom. All right. All right, y'all.
Finally.
Back again. Very interesting month of last month. Very interesting. October. Very interesting. Out of all months, October. You got the Kyrie Irving stuff. You got the Kanye West. What's that other dude from? He used to play on Stoudemire, Amari Stoudemire.
Oh yeah. Wait, you mean Amari Stoudemire or what's this guy's name? They call the Black Superman from Los Angeles Lakers.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, yeah.
Dwight Howard. And then we got Shaq. Recently talking about the Jewish community, and also talking about blacks being the real Jews. So we're gonna kind of get into that a little bit. We're gonna also explain even though all nations are against the Israelites, but our number one enemy is Edomites or Europeans, as people call them today, or I do mean. A lot of people don't understand spiritually and physically why white folks don't like us. It's not per se that we don't like it. It's not saying we don't like it, because if you look at black people as a whole, we love everybody. And
we don't actually care.
Well,
we don't have that hate in us to care enough.
Right. So
in order for us to hate you, you really have to be evil to us.
Right.
Because we don't care like that.
Right. And this story in Genesis 25 is going to explain to us why Esau hate Jacob. You're gonna see why. And then when you look at white scholars, it will say that Jacob stole something from Esau, but in scripture it says it wasn't his from the beginning. So we gonna get into Genesis 25, Romans 9, and then we're gonna get into either Black Panther or Black Adam. I seen Black Adam earlier today. We're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about Black Panther too. So we're gonna get these. We're gonna knock down these 2 chapters, and then that's it. But my name is Reginald Jasper. People on the YouTube might know me as Versatile Reg, but my Hebrew brothers know me as Brother Yadai. Is my co-host right here.
This is Triforce. My birth name is Isaiah. It's given to me by my father. But everybody knows me as Triforce, and I'm the co-host to the 9th podcast. Welcome back, everybody. We got a lot to cover. We've been off for like 2 weeks.
Yes. All right. Let me see. Okay. I gotta share my screen with you so you can see this. Share screen. Screen 1. Go live. All right, let me know. Can you see this?
Let me go to watch stream.
Well, you go on my
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see it now. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I gotta send a link to the Hebrew brother. The brothers and stuff. I forgot about that. Oh, I gotta send a link to Hebrew brother. Oh, I got y'all playing and shit. All right. Let me send this to him. Almost done. Almost there. All right. Now, this is gonna be like a twofold thing. And the reason why I'm saying gonna be like a twofold thing is because this Genesis 25 also talk about the Israelites. It's gonna talk about the Israelites, but also talk about the Ishmaelites, which is Abraham's other son. Isaac other son, because Isaac had 2 sons. This is why people ask, like, if I say, well, I don't eat pork, I don't eat seafood, first thing people say, well, but you're a Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. But Israelites and the Muslims or Ishmaelites, they have the same father, so the same rules kind of apply to both. Now, I'm not trying to here to knock down the Quran, but some of the stuff in the Quran is kind of like, iffy though. But it's not what we'll be here for. You're just gonna show and tell of why white folks, Europeans, don't like us by nature, by physical and spiritual. You're gonna see why in these 2 chapters. All right, can you see this, Triforce? I'm gonna make sure you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, it says
Abraham's death.
Yeah, Genesis 25 verse 1. Then Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. Now, a lot of people today don't agree with having multiple wives and stuff like that. But in the Bible, it happened many times. But it's for a certain reason. It's for a certain reason.
And see, that's people have to understand that just because in the Bible it shows that men men have taken multiple wives,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean every man should take a multiple wife. We
Right.
had this conversation before. Like, listen, everything has a reason. Everything has
Mhm.
this is something I don't know why we can't understand. It's like everything has a reason, and not everything is set to be like just because this person has it means you have to have it.
Right.
Sometimes Yah has made people have some stuff, but those people are made for destruction.
Mhm.
They can have it, but that's because they were made for destruction. So Yah's like, it's all right. He can have that because I need him to do something. So they're going to need this and whatever, but that got nothing to do with them going into the kingdom of heaven or be saved or whatever the case may be. And that doesn't mean what I'm trying to say, oh, anyone who has multiple wives is going to hell. I'm just trying to make a point that just because one has doesn't mean all need to have. There's a reason why people have, and there's a reason why others do not have.
Right.
And it's sometimes it's beyond our understanding to understand why. Why does God choose one side to have and one side not?
Right.
Yo, it's beyond us.
It's always a story that we don't know. Like example, give a quick example. I know some people who have a child, and the child lived to 4 years old, and everybody was like, well, the child didn't live his life. Yes, the child lived his life, but the Most High made that child live a life for 4 years. People don't understand that you don't have control of death or life. It's all through the Most High. That's why people try to understand why people be like, I'm mad at God when something tragic happened to them, but you don't understand why until the moment or that time frame give you the understanding. Like a lot of people, like a lot of stuff happening in your life. People are like, yeah, a lot of stuff happening in your life, but it's meant to go that way. It's destined to go that way. You can't stop it, no matter how much you change. Like we were talking about Sophia Stewart. No matter on a movie, you look at the Terminators in the Matrix. No matter how they try to change it, it always ended the same. No matter how you change it, the Terminator movies, they try to change the outcome of Skynet, but it always was written or destined for Skynet to come out. It's like rehash, just like what's that game Triforce you talk about all the time? Legend of Zelda. No matter how it happens. No matter how it happens, it's always going to be a Link. It's going to be Link, Zelda, and Ganon. No matter what.
You can try to change it all you want, but it's kind of funny in the Matrix. Remember what Agent Smith was saying? It's inevitable.
Right. Right.
It is inevitable.
Right. So, and the reason I bring this up, because when you read in Genesis 25, you're going to see no matter what, the birthright was going to be given to Jacob and not Esau. And this is why white folks, Europeans hate black folks. They may not know this. They may not know this story, but this is this is like a spiritual thing. It's more of a spiritual thing than anything. Right? So let's get to it. Mm-hmm. Genesis 25, verse 2. And she bared him Zimram, Jokshan, Medan, and Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Verse 3. And Jokshan began Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Ashram, Letasham, Lamim. Verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, Hanak, and Abida, and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. Genesis 25, verse 6. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son. While he
so let's just stop right there. Mm-hmm. Isaac, who is a son of Abraham from his wife, is different from his other sons from his concubines.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's important for people to understand that he didn't leave the sons of his concubines with nothing. They did get something, but he didn't give. those kids did not get all they had that he had, like he gave Isaac, because Isaac was his son from his wife. Important.
Well, here's another thing too. Here's another thing. I forgot to explain this. Also, in these times, well, it's still these days too. The firstborn son usually
gets everything.
Everything. Yeah. Even if the first child born is the woman, it's always dealing with the son. You know why? Because the son keeps the legacy. The son keeps the last name. Anytime you have a daughter, she's getting married into a new family.
To someone else's first son.
Right. Right. Or it don't even got to be the first son. It could be just
any son.
Right.
You get the point. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is you could kind of see that in today's time. People really don't put emphasis on it. Like, for example, in my background, my father, I'm the firstborn son. I'm not the first child. I'm the firstborn son. But my father always called me. I can say call me more, but he always attend to me more. He always trying to show me more than he do my little brother. Not saying he don't show us nothing, but I just get you basically say the birthrights, because birthright just means whatever the firstborn son get. Whatever the father have, the firstborn get it. You're gonna see this in the story, right? But you're gonna see it's a little twist though. It's a little twist to it. It's not the firstborn. It's not the firstborn son. We gonna get into it, right? Let's go. All right, and sent them away from Isaac his son while he lived eastward unto the east country. Verse 7, and these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived in 160 years. Read it again. And 160 years.
So it's what, 115?
Well, let's
what see, you know what I don't like? What is score? I never understood that. What does score mean?
Okay, we're gonna get that right for you. And we could also Google this too. Wait, 3 score. There we go. Without other number, before singular noun. Oh, there's no strong for this. So no, I want to see. Hold on, let me get it. Because 3 scores. Because you notice it's very, very different. So the word, it says 103 scores in 15 years. Now, when you Google it, it says 60. The word 3 scores, but I don't think that's it's 60. So let's Google 100, because and a lot of people see that and think that's years. It means years. So let's. All right. Okay, so according to the scale, here's the scale. Here's the number. You see, Abraham lived to be 175 years.
So 175 years, but how do you calculate it? Because I need to know what's the calculation.
So you got 100, right? The 100 is 100, right?
Yeah.
You got 3 scores. The word 3 scores means 60.
Okay.
So it says 100, 3 scores, which is 160, and 15 years, which means if you add
score 3 scores. So a score is 20.
No. 3 score. Well, yeah.
A score is okay. So 160 and 15 years. But why not just say one? See, that's the confusing part.
But you gotta understand what the original language written in.
Okay, so that's
yeah. So like we had a class like a week or two ago, right? And priest, like the priest, he explains it very well, right? He said when you take a Hebrew word which is straightforward, because in Hebrew there's a word for That's the only word for that. Whatever you try to name. So if you say I name a dog or a cat, it's one name. Like it's like it's like dog, cat. But in English, it could mean many things. So if I always bring this up, if I kill you, if I say I'm gonna kill you, I could mean I could literally kill you, or you in big trouble, or I'm joking about it, making a joke, like make a joke, like I'm a girl, I'm gonna kill you, or like I'm making like a joke,
beat you in a game or some shit like that. Yeah.
But in Hebrew, if I say I'm gonna kill you, it means I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, it's straightforward. Yeah. But this is why, and this is how a lot of people get misconstrued with just reading the English version. You have to understand Hebrew and the Greek. This is why I always tell people use the Blue Letter Bible or get your Strong's dictionary to help you with these words, because the word you might see in English might be totally different what it means in Hebrew. And when you see that, it kind of like throws things off. Like I tell people all the time, Genesis 1, it says, and God. People will think that's the Most High. No, that's not the Most High. That's Christ and the angels. But in Genesis 2, it says Lord, capital Lord, God, which was giving you like this is the Most High. See, a lot of people put God and Christ as the same pedestal, same person, and that's the confusion when they hear about it. But
it's not really confusing, because you know why? There's this Jordan Peterson says this, and I 100% agree, because I've never seen it, heard it, or whatever. Where find me one quote, one text, one anything, anywhere, ever, where Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you want to name him, ever said he was God.
Right.
Ever. In fact, he tells you, I am not God.
Right.
There's quotes where he says, I am not God. So one Roman guy says, you are so good. And he's like, I'm paraphrasing, I am not good, for the Lord, only the Lord is good, or something to that nature, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so if we can find quotes where Yeshua, Jesus, says he's not God, I don't understand Christians. Why do they keep saying he's God when he himself says, no, I'm not?
Is it also scripture saying my Father is greater than I?
Exactly. So how can he be greater than himself? And this is the thing, and I think it's because people legitimately want to be ignorant, because there's no way you can know this and you keep it up. Right. You keep playing the ignorant card like you're stupid, like you don't know that. And people go, well, there's a contradiction. No, there is no contradiction. It's very straightforward. Like, no, Yeshua isn't God. Right. Period. He said so himself, and Yah said so. It says it right there. There is no contradiction, misunderstanding, no tripping of words, no nothing. No. Just no.
Yeah. So now we figure this out. It's 100, and every time you see 3 scores,
20 years.
It's not 20. Well, it's anytime you see scores, it's 20 years. But it says 3 scores, so you got to do 3 times 20. So
that's 60.
Yeah,
and then 15 years.
So 175 years. All right, verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, and old man, and full of years.
Whoa, let's go over that. Gave up the ghost.
Yeah, I was gonna read it. I was gonna finish reading it, and then I was gonna go back to it because people wouldn't understand it.
So was the Holy Ghost in Abraham?
Well, let's see what this means. Let's see what ghost mean. Wait, I'll pass it up. Gava, which means to expire, die, give up the ghost, yield up the ghost, be dead, be ready to die. So it's not talking about the Holy Ghost. It's talking about, like, you know, people just, you ever seen like it's like cartoons,
Yeah, he's just ready to go. He's like, all right, I'm ready. So he's giving up the spirit or the will to live, right. Or not necessarily the will to live, but just like, right, I'm tired. Because you know how some people say, I want to live forever. Mm-hmm. You could get tired of wanting to live forever and just say, okay, I've had enough, so I want to rest. I'm willing to die. I'm ready to die.
Well, so
I'll pass.
So I'm glad you say that, because remember in Black Adam, that's what the Rock
Black
did.
Panther and Black Adam, Black Panther, they both said the thing. That death is not the end, it's just the passing.
Right. So yeah, so it says, read it again, verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age. Notice it says, in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. So you can see he had a good life. He had a great life. He had a great life. He said in a good old age, and an old man full of years, and was gathered to his people. Genesis 25:9. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, or Pilah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre. Verse 10. The field which Abraham purchased of the son Heath, there was Abraham buried, and his wife and Sarah his wife. Verse 11. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelled by the well Lahariah. It's hard to read these words. It's really hard to read names. Really hard.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Descendants of Ishmael. Verse 12. Now these are the generation of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah handmaid, bare unto Abraham. Verse 13. And these are the names of the sons Ishmael by their name according to their generation. The firstborn of Ishmael is Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
Kedar and Adbeel, Mibsam. These words are crazy. And Mishma and Duma and Masa. Verse 15. Hadar, Tema, Jetar, Napish, Kedama. Now it said, and these are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. Now, Triforce. Here's something for you. Now, you got the Ishmaelites. Everybody know these Ishmaelites. Even the Ishmaelites, they had 12 sons too.
You ever know something? Everything is 12.
Yeah.
Everything is 12.
It's completion.
12 under the one. 12. No, it's not the completion. 12 over 1. No, 12 under 1. I mean, 12 under 1. Yeah, 12 spears can make one main spear, which is 13.
Yep.
Everything. I realize something. There's something going on with the number 13.
Yeah. 12 princes according to their nation. There are 12 different Ishmaelites, just like they got 12 Israelites. So when people say, are you a Muslim? No, we're not Muslim. We're not Muslims. We are Israelites. But here's the difference. Just like they have, we have 12, the 12 tribes of children of Israel. They also have 12, the 12 tribes of Ishmael. And we all dwell from Abraham. This is why we have so much similarities when it comes to practices and stuff like that. So, verse 18, and he dwelled from Havilah into Shur, that is before Egypt, and as thou goes towards Assyria, and he died in the presence of all his brethren. Isaac's sons, Genesis 25 verse 19, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. Verse 20, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Pandaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. Verse 21, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceded. Again, let's read it again. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So let's see what the word barren means.
It should mean can't bear children.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going by the English barren, but
Barren and sterile.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that says that.
It said extirpated in the generative organs, male or female, barren woman. All right, let's go back. Okay, and was it treated? Huh?
No, I don't. I was about to say, I wonder how does that feel as a woman when you can't have children? But I was like, what the hell? I would want to know what that feels like. Sorry, that was just a random thought.
It says, and the Lord, capital Lord, that means the Most High, was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceded. Verse 22. Here's I try for you. Got to keep. I want you to key into this right quick. He says, and the children struggled within her. She said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So let's get what the word. Let's see what the word inquire means. Inquire, because people think to resort, to seek with care, inquire, require, to resort, frequent, a place, tread a place, to consult, inquire of seek, of God, of heathens of God, necromancers, to seek deity in prayer and worship, God, heathen deities, to seek with a demand require, to investigate, inquire, to ask. Basically, everybody know what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. She went to inquire of the Most High to receive counsel, right? Verse 23. And the Lord, the Most High, said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from the bowels. Now, when it says 2 manner of people, you gotta understand it's 2 different. It's they come from the same mother and father, yes, but there are 2 different mindsets of the people. These twins that's in her stomach is going to have 2 different mindsets. Keep that in mind. He says, people shall be separated. Now, anytime you see.
Let's start over again because I got kicked out for just a second.
Oh, okay. All right.
So last thing I heard was 2 nations will be in thy womb.
Okay. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Now, when it says 2 manner of people, that means two different mindsets. They're gonna be 2 totally different mindset people in her womb. Now, this is it. I want you to keep the key word out, shall. This means this is a prophecy. It's going to happen. Anytime you see shall, it's a prophecy, and it's something that's destined to happen. 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So let's read that again. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So the firstborn son is going to serve the secondborn son. You're going to see that. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered was fulfilled. Now, anytime you see fulfilled, it just means completed.
Prophecy. You're completed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It says, behold, there were twins in her womb. Right? Now, here's what a lot of people don't know, but you're gonna see it for yourself. Huh?
Can I make a note to something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Prior to these 2, everybody was the son of Abraham. Correct?
Yeah, people in Genesis, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so in Genesis, it's important to understand this is the beginning. So there's something I want to note. About like Europeans and Africans. That's how we see them now, right? Europeans and Africans, or Israelites and Edomites. That's pretty much it, and the different nations, right?
Yeah, and
If you
I'm going to explain to us that this is what I want to say. Yes, Esau.
and
Well, the Edomites are Europeans. Yes, they are Semitic people because they come from Abraham, which was Semitic. But
mm,
the way they trying to word it today, 2016, it takes out everybody but them, which is
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, with that part I know, because that's the point I'm trying to make, right?
yeah.
That there are two sets of people, two manners of people.
Mhm.
One will be strong, but the elder will serve the younger.
Well, yeah,
So
one,
it's important.
yeah. Go
It's
ahead.
important for people to know. It's important to people to know that yes, we are all one race, blah blah blah, in that regard or whatever. However, the way God has intended it for the Edomites and the Israelites and whoever else, that we are different people in different manners,
Yeah,
which is it's important. It's important for them to mention the mannerism. The mannerism is so important because it literally shows you the difference between the Edomites and the Israelites, how
right,
they behave versus how we behave.
right. So it's another thing. See, it's another thing too. You also got to think these like beginning times, right? So a lot of these people. So if you go up, let's go back up right quick. Let's go back up.
Yeah.
So you can see where it says, all right, you see, I'm reading verse 6. But unto the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's beginning times. So these people, they're spreading apart. It's not like how we are. Like, example, like let's say I stay in New Orleans, but I moved to I'm from my mother stayed in my family stayed in Marrero. Now New Orleans is 5 minutes from Marrero or 10 minutes from Marrero, but I'm from I live 5 minutes away from New Orleans, but it take me 15 minutes to get to my mama house. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of these people, they didn't live next to each other. Once they had sons, they moved far away. You know why? Because they're trying to build their nation, their people. A lot of people, remember it says Isaac has a bunch of sons. You got Ishmaelites who has 12 sons. So a lot of these people move away from them parents, far away, and build a family there. Because at this time, it wasn't that many people. When I say that many people, there's a lot of people, but it wasn't as how it is today. How we could live 15, 20 minutes away from our parents, but these people, they live in days away. One person might be the east of that country they in, one person be north of the country, south. So it's like they move away to populate. This is why they always, in the Bible, in the Genesis, they always talk about conceiving, and they're always talking about this person has sons with this woman and this other woman right here, and they live on their own. And like Abraham gave all his sons, all his children, certain things to grow, to prosper. Now, this what it conflicts. The church will say the Old Testament done away with, but do tithes. The person who started tithes was Abraham. Abraham was the man Abraham had a lot of stuff. Gold, wine, land, animals. They had a lot of stuff that he gave to his sons. So a lot of people in the Bible says all nations on earth is blessed. Now, all nations on earth is blessed. That doesn't mean they have what the Most High deemed for one particular group. For example, the Most High gave Israelites the promise. Now, we're gonna read that in Romans 9, but all the other nations have money, animals, gold, whatever. They're rich. Every nation is rich, but they have the earthly blessing. Every nation have the earthly blessing, but the Israelites have the heavenly blessing, the promise from the Most High Himself. This we got to understand. All right, so let's go back down to Genesis 25:25, and here's where the description of the firstborn white man. Here's go. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Mm.
Red. It came out all red. Now, if you're from New Orleans, If you're from New Orleans, people will say, "Oh, he's red." They're talking about a light skinned dude.
Yeah.
But they say a light skinned dude.
Or a girl, a red bone.
Yeah. But that's new speak. Not people will be like, "Well, what you mean he's red?" He's not light skinned black. It's gonna give you, it's gonna tell you why. It's gonna give you a description of who Esau is and look like his mannerism. He said, and first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now watch this. It said, and they call him Esau. Genesis 25 verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So while Esau coming out, Jacob got his heel coming out the womb. His hand on the heel. He said his name was called Jacob. He says, and Isaac.
Let go, bro.
He said, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So 80 again is 60 years old. Okay. All right. Verse 27. Watch this. And the boys grew. Oh, wait. This is what I'm missing. Why didn't they give a color for Esau? Came out red.
Why didn't they give a color for Jacob, right? Now, that's because the people are normally black. And I had this conversation with people like, you do know that everyone in the world is necessarily born black. Like, it is a recessive gene to be born white. White people don't like to hear that because they make it sound like they're inferior. And it's like, no, it has nothing to do with you being inferior. It has everything to do with your gene being recessive. Literally what it means. It's a scientific term. It simply means that you do not produce melanin in excess like dark-skinned people. That's what it means. And anything else you want to make about it, that's you arguing and complaining about nonsense. I'm like, ain't nobody complaining about that shit.
You also look at the Europeans or white folks. They have different color eyes too. That has a lot to do with your lack of melanin too. Blue eyes, green eyes. You know, they got so many different color eyes. It's because it's a lack of melanin. A lot of people don't understand it. It's not. I mean, it's not to knock you down, but it's just how things is. It's just how the Most High put it.
Yes, that's exactly. But they don't want anything that will put them in a light where it makes it look like we're superior to them.
Right.
And it's like, bro, it ain't even like that, bro. Like, relax, calm down.
Because if you can look at every culture have dark skinned people. But there's like example, there's East Indians. You go if you see them walking, we know that he's not a black person, but he's got dark skin. It's like in the Bible, it never said when it says Hamites. Hamites are dark skinned people. It never said Hamites was Negro. It never said it in the Bible. Hamites are dark skinned people. But you can look at how they built. You can look at their characteristics and be like, okay, we know he's not. Now, you could do that to a certain extent. And what I mean by that is, you can look at Bob Marley. Bob Marley, his father was white. But his mother is black.
Yep.
And he's darker than Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's father is black. Mother is white. Now, if you look at Mariah Carey when she was younger, she looked at more like a white girl. A lot of people don't understand this. You couldn't tell. You could literally say, "Oh, she's a white girl." But and this is how there's some Israelites out here will say, well, the Israelites was Negro people or dark-skinned people. That's not true. Even in the ancient days, you still had light-skinned people. It was not because here's a false narrative. Well, if you live up north, you're gonna be more light-skinned than the people in the south. You could look at Russia icons. There was dark-skinned people in Russia. I'm talking about dark as hell in Russia. A lot of people say, well, the weather. They will say, so white scholars will say, well, Japhet, they lost their complexion because they due to them being in a cold climate. Over the years, the skin color got lighter to white. No, it don't work like that.
No. There is some truth to that scientifically speaking, but the problem here is this: sometimes they take scientific information and they try to post it as like, okay, because it's scientifically said, this is what it is permanently. Like there's no other explanation. And like, look, you're right. the sun can't, the lack of sun, vitamin D can't change your complexion. We get it, blah, blah, blah. But that does not necessarily mean that is why a certain set of people is a certain way. It really doesn't mean that. They're like, okay, yeah, we get it. Some people, because scientifically it's true. You can't, lack of sun, lack of vitamin D, people who stay in the sun more gain more color or more melanin in their body. That's a fact. That's scientifically proven. But that has nothing to do with the historical aspect of the Bible and why people were one color and another person was another. Here's a reason why, right? We're just talking about what's her name having children. One came out red and one came out another way. Okay, well, okay. Let's take a look at this. Albino people. Black people can have white people, what white people can't have black people. Explain that scientifically. You can't. It's because it's a genetic thing. Like, you can be born recessive without the melanin, and that gives you the dark skin, which makes your point. What I'm trying to say is that it's more to it than the one point that they're trying to make. Like, okay, this is why there's so many white people in this particular area or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, no, that has something to do with it. You can have two albino people having children and they live in a climate without sun. So guess what? Because of that, the children are not only going to come out melanin recessive, but without the lack of the sun, that's why the entire set of people in that area come out melanin deficient or whatever the case may be. And then over eons of the people being born that way, then you have a certain set of white people. It could, that's that reason. Then there's other reasons that's beyond what we know. There is no one reason. They're just born that way because that's the way God made them born.
Well, there's a set of a man and a wife who was albino and the child came out
black. Exactly. Yeah. Well, because the albinoism is not, it's not white. Right. That's the thing. Albinoism is not white. Albino are black people in the cultural sense of like Negro, because Negro just means black. That's all Negro means. And people like when we say Israelites are black, we're using it in the context of today. Right. Like what a black person is. But like everybody was black back then. And nobody, remember like how you go into Africa and Africa people, when you go into Africa right now and you're like, only when I came to America, I knew what black was. Like I was told I was black. But that's not how, culturally, that's not how they understand themselves. Right. They understand themselves to be Nigerian, Ghanaian, whatever. They understand themselves to be as nations. They don't understand themselves as a color that was invented through slavery or whatever the case may be. So yes, what's the name for this thing here? I don't want Edomites were a particular, Edomites were a particular color, and so was every other height there was. Just like how you'll say so let's say Ethiopia, right? I just saw some stuff on YouTube. There's a news report that's saying that like they're trying to sterilize Ethiopian Jews so that they can't born any more black Jews. And like black Jews, right? I'm like, what do you like? Jews, like Jews are Jews. There are no black Jews. They're just Jews. You see what I'm saying? And that, but like we're in this era of, I don't want to call it racism, but we're in this era of I don't want to say race, but like the greatest invention the white man has ever created was race, because that's the best way to separate us. Yep. It's the best way. You can separate us by a simple color. It's there's a word for it. I don't want to say stupid enough, but it's simple enough for us to understand and easy enough for them to use to control and manipulate. Right. Rather than calling us ites and different nations and all that other stuff, all I have to say is like, yo, you black and they white. That's it. That separates the two. It's just that simple. Like they made it mad simple, and it's sad too. It really is, but that's how it is. So Easy, very easy way to separate all of us from each other, black and white. And then when Willie Lynch came around, they separate us literally by saying that this is Ku Klux Klan. One drop a nigger and use a nigger. So if you're white and you have sex with a black man and your child comes out, he a nigger. He's not white because he has black in him. Because one drop of blood. So they make these stupid rules. We don't make them. They make the rules because they're the ones in power. But we have the promise. And when the promise comes, none of this earthly shit will matter.
Yeah. All right, verse 27. Genesis 27. Genesis 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in the tents. Now, if you look at white folks, and we damn sure in the season of white folks' favorite fucking holiday, favorite fucking tradition, favorite fucking thing to do on this time of the year is to go hunting. You can't every time you see, and it's not. And again, the Bible is describing a type of person.
It is.
Wait,
what it is?
No, here's what I'm saying. The Bible is giving y'all a description of who Esau is and the way he act. And it's give you a key detail that it tells you that he's a European. He's white. Esau is white. Here's another thing. Here you go. Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, black folks, you get a distraction of black folks. Black folks, they really ain't trying to, be out there like that.
Don't know animal and go murdering them for sport.
Yeah, we're not
for sport.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We sitting at home watching football. We might do barbecue. We might do a grill, something. But we mostly inside when we on our. We like. I say this all the time. We like being around our families more than actually being out like hunting or anything like that. We don't do. There's some men that do that. Some black men that do that. Yes, but
the ways of the heathen.
We don't really sit there and be like, I want to go. I can't wait for the hunting season. You might do a little fishing or whatever, but hunting we don't really like be out there like that. Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his vengeance, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now here's this, right? Now, if you look at the word vengeance, let's see what the word vengeance, or venison, I'm gonna say. Look what venison is. Saeed. Wait, no, I messed up. We go back. I went too far. Okay, here you go. Hunting, game hunted, provision food supply. Now, if we Google, let's see if I could Google it. I'm gonna go. Oh no, wrong keyboard. Venison. Okay, let me see. All right, let's go to images. All right, you can see at the top deer meat. You can see bison. You can see all these. This would be considered like wild game. But this is how it looks. This is how it looks, man. And notice, I'm asking you this question, right, Triforce? What you notice about these colors of these things? Even though you can see them that some of them are being cooked, but what do you notice about these type of meat? And also, when it comes to you go to a restaurant, they always ask you for a certain way to cook a steak or a certain way to cook. It'd be like medium rare. They like seeing the blood. They like having seeing the pink of the meat. It gives you a description of it literally gives you a description of who Esau is. So it's deer. You see bison. You got all kind of animals in the wild to eat. They go hunting, wild catch, game catch. They do stuff like that. We don't do that. We don't like if you ask a black person, you ever had deer meat? Most of the people will tell you no. Most black people will tell you no. But you can see, it says hunting, game hunt. We don't hunt to like, hunt to have fun, or we don't hunt to like. That's not our thing. And when they say game, it's talking about. Of course, it's not talking about like literally a game, but it's talking about when they say to go when they go hunt for food and deer. It's called game meat. It's a different type of meat. We don't really eat those type of meat like that. Deer, bite. We don't eat like that. We might try it often, but it's not something that we would love to do. You know what I'm saying? We don't sit in the woods for 2 days, 3 days, a week and hunting over a campfire to get food. We don't do that.
If we have to, if we live in that environment, we would. But there's a difference between our mountain brothers and our woodland brothers or shore brothers. There's a big difference. There's a huge cultural difference in the way we live on the shore and in the shore and the tropics versus the mountains and the rivers. It's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the people who live in the mountains and the rivers versus those who live at the shores and the tropics, they not only are they culturally living differently, they eat differently, they act differently, completely.
Mm-hmm.
Although we are brothers, you know. Those who live in the mountains have the power, and those who live by the tropics and the shore, well, we're the ones in the tents. We're just chilling. Everything is provided to us. The men who live in the mountains, they need the power because you need the power to be able to control that region and get food from it.
Right.
That's how I interpret it. Mm-hmm. That's not a factual statement.
Genesis 25 verse 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Now it said Jacob sowed pottage. Jacob was cooking. Jacob could whip the pot, man. He could cook food. He always could cook food. We're gonna see when what Isaac
Jacob
told.
Got them hands.
We're gonna see what Isaac. We're gonna see what We're gonna see how Isaac We're gonna see how Isaac do his thing, right? Or let's go back a little bit because I want to show you something. We kind of went through it and went past it, but again, Genesis 25 verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. So you can see one parent loved Esau,
love one son more than the
other, and he got Rebekah loved the other son better. Now, here's the key thing, right? Here's the key thing. Let's go back up. And when the children struggled together with her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she said to inquire of the Lord, right? Now it's towards her. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, we just read it. This is what the Most High told her. The Most High told her. So she already knew this before the children came. The Most High told her that Jacob, the second son, is going to be the chosen son. Is going to be the one that's going to take the reign. They told her that, but you will have white folks or white commentators will say Jacob stole something from Esau.
How?
Well, watch.
But how can a child who's being conceived steal?
Right, right. But
that's a concept. That's a concept after you're giving birth, not when you're coming out of the womb.
Right.
How would you? So you're calling us demon people? That we were born with the ability. We were born with the knowledge to steal in conception. Like,
right.
Come on, man. Stupid shit.
So see, but you see what they do? They know Jacob. If you look at the commentaries, they will say Jacob stole it from Esau. But if you look at these white commentators, they always try to paint the light that Jacob was a bad person. They try to blame Jacob blame Jacob for something that the Most High ordained before both of them came out the womb. Like you can't. You can't
let's go over the scripture of what Yah said.
Right.
Let's go over the scripture of what Yah said. What did Yah say to the mother? Period. Let's just go over that.
Hold on, wait. Oh, I did something. Hold on.
Because we ain't gotta argue about this because we could just take Yah's word. That's it.
Now watch this. Now look at this. Because look, I'm glad this scripture popped up. He says, Isaac loved Esau because he did eat his venison, and Rebekah loved him. Let's go to Hebrews 12, because I was gonna bring this out after. He said, lest there be any fornicator or profound person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Now, this is what I was trying to tell you, Triforce. And the commentator will say, Jacob stole the birthrights from Esau, but no, the scripture said Esau sold his birthrights to Jacob. Let's go back.
Because he ate the meat.
Right. Okay. Here go right here. It said, and Jacob sold. Well, it's not really meat. It's lentils. We're gonna get to it, right? And Jacob sold pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. He said, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. So let's go with Edom. Let's go look up Edom. There's no word for pottage right here. Let's go to Edom. Look at this. Edomite, I do mean descendants of Esau, land of Edom, I do mean the land south and southeast of Palestine. Yep. Let's go back. Now watch this. Wait, what? We missed something. I think we missed something. Did we miss something? Oh, we didn't get to that yet. All right. Here's the next verse. Now here's the next verse. If y'all don't believe me, if y'all go look at commentary of did Jacob steal something from Esau? Y'all will look at the commentary. It will says Jacob stole from Esau, but the Bible does not say that. Let's get it. It says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthrights. Verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
If I'm dead. Okay. So yeah. All right. So he asked his brother, feed me. If you save my life, I will give you in return my quote unquote birthright, right? That would only make sense. Because guess what? If he dies, guess what? His brother's going to get the birthright anyway.
Right. But the white commentator was saying he stole it.
How? He was going to die anyway. If he dies, next of kin is going to get it anyway.
That's what all I'm saying. If you literally look at the commentary, I should go find. I'm gonna go find.
Could have this argument with me because I'll be like, yo, you think you're talking to some fucking idiot? I'm like, yo, bro, he's gonna die. So to save his life, he gave up his birthright to his brother who saved his life. If he had died, he was gonna get it regardless. So it's coming to him regardless, no matter what.
But even with that, it was already ordained. It's already said in Genesis 23 that the one people shall be stronger than other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. That already was instilled before that. But watch this. All right. Verse 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. He swore unto him, and he said, and he sold his birthrights unto Jacob.
He sold. Okay, yep. If it says it in the Bible, he sold. How can they say he stole?
Right, but that's what they try to do. They know Jacob is black. This is my mindset, my mind frame with this. They know Jacob is black. They know Esau is white. So they're trying to make it. A black versus white thing. Well, see, he stole from us. He stole from us. We didn't steal from them. No, y'all sold it. You was at your deathbed. He said, I am at the point to die. So what profit shall this birthright do to me? Like, it's not gonna do nothing about if I'm dying.
You'll be dead. Exactly. If you dead, the birthright means nothing. So you sold the birthright, gave your birthright to your brother, which is kind of funny that they're brothers. But anyway, it does say that the way we behave anyway. So we already knew what it was.
Yep.
From the jump, we already knew what niggas was trying to do from the beginning. So
verse 34. Watch this. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and potters of lentils. Now, a lot of people will use when it says you seen it in Hebrews, was it Hebrews 15 or Hebrews 14 or Hebrews 12, that it says, let's go to it again right quick. He says, wait, Hebrews 14. Lest be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. A lot of people think that means meat, but it's not talking about.
We already went over what meat was, so we already know what that means.
So it's food. It's like food. Just food. It just means when it says meat, is eat. This food. It don't say meat, like meat. But look, at it.
It doesn't. Here's the thing: the context. It doesn't matter if it was meat or not. It doesn't matter. The point is,
he just sold it.
He sold it. Yep. Exactly. I don't know how can you get off of the fact that, like, but your man sold it? Yep. Did he not sell it? Yes or no? That's it. That's all we need to know. There's no contextual value outside of that.
Now watch this. Thing. Why this? And he did. He said, then Jacob gave Esau bread and potters of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Now let's go. I know what despise means. Let's see what the Bible means. Let's see what the Bible said about the being despised, which is bazar, right? It means to despise, hold in contempt, disdained. To despise, regard with contempt, to despise, to be what he said, to be vile, to be worthless, to cause despise. Look what he said. Look what he said right here. Wait,
I can see why he despises it, because he's like, what's the point of having the birthright if he was going to die anyway? Then he had to sell it, so it was always worthless to him. Right,
right. But if you look at, and people don't believe me, if you look at go look at the commentary, and y'all will see that it says Jacob stole Esau's birthright. It's literally what it says, literally. But I really want to get
the commentaries. To me, I don't give a shit what the commentary says.
Right.
The commentary has no value, because that's not what it says in the Bible. We don't give a shit what people think. Every time people think something, that they could tell us a bunch of shit. In fact, they've always been lying to us for eons. So why would we take the tongue of a liar? Like, man, I don't give a shit what you think.
I'm trying to find. Why this? Watch this. All right. I say now. Here's what I disagree with this concept right here. Jacob deception, and this is what I'm saying. Sometimes when because if you look at a lot of times they put titles, and what the title said and what the scripture said is two different things. You say Jacob deception. Now why this? Now watch. You're gonna see. You're gonna see what happened, and you're gonna blame it on Jacob deception. But here you go. You're gonna blame it on Jacob. But that's that's another commentary too. Anyway, Genesis 27 verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am. Verse 2. And he said, behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now we read in Genesis, we ain't get to that part yet. Genesis 27 verse 3. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, thy bow, go out to the field and take me some venison. Cause remember, in Genesis 25, he said, Isaac said he loved Esau because he gave him venison, right? So it's kind of like it's kind of it's gonna be kind of like a bad way to say it, but you know how people die, like people say, what is your last meal before death?
Mm-hmm.
Or like it's in prison. Sometimes in prison you get like the
your final meal.
Final meal. So this is what his final meal was. He said in 25 that he loved Esau because Esau venison, right? Verse 4. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. Now, what that means is, like we explained, the birthright. When the father died, he gave the firstborn son everything he owned. Now, remember, Esau sold it. He sold it. His birthright. Watch this. Verse 5. And Rebekah heard that when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went into the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. Verse 6. Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat. Bless thee before the Lord before my death. Verse 8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. So verse 9. Watch this. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loves. So Esau went into the field and go hunting. And you know how hunting, it takes a long time to hunt. But Rebekah, let's go back up. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before thy Lord, before the Lord before my death. He said, Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command. Now go into the flock. Now, when it means go to the flock, it keeps a flock in the yard. So it's right in the backyard. Esau actually had to go out and go hunt. To the field.
A big difference.
Difference. So the time, you got to also look at, it's the time frame. It takes a long time to go find the animal, sit there and wait for the animal. You got to track the animal.
Forget about all that. The time it takes to go into the field versus the time it takes to go into your flock is on. Like it's already self-explanatory.
Right. But it's a short period of time, so he had plenty of time to do it. He had enough time to do it. Verse 10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. Verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, my brother, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I'm a smooth man. So that's self-explanatory. He don't have that much hair. That's very self-explanatory. Genesis 27, verse 12. My father, peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, Upon me thy curse, my son, only obey my voice and go fetch them, go fetch me them. Now again, you will see that white folks will say Jacob stole from Esau. But you go to Genesis 25, verse 23. It was already ordained. It was already ordained. We like in Genesis 25, it don't tell you how it's gonna happen, but Genesis 27 is gonna tell you how it happened. But you will have white commentators said Jacob deceived or stole the birthright from Esau, but it didn't happen like that. This is how the Most High did it. All right, so
here's a question.
Mhm.
Here's a question, right?
Mhm.
Here's a question that I need answered.
Mhm.
How did the father deal with the matter?
No, we got to finish reading. He gonna explain to you. He was on his deathbed. He couldn't. But you gonna see. You gonna see. All right. You gonna answer the question. And his mother said unto him, "Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them." And verse 14. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. Verse 15. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son, which were with her in the house, and put them upon her younger son. Now, if you think about that, right? If Esau is hairy, right? And if you read, let's go back to Genesis 25. I'm gonna show you about this. Now, why this? Genesis 25, verse 25. Here's a description, right? Look how the Most High work. All it said, and it first came out red all over like an hairy garment. Now, if I ask you, Trial Force, what is a hairy garment? What you think that means?
That's what's the word for this thing? That's self-explanatory. It's fucking hairy. The fuck? Like, what is it supposed to be?
So what you think their clothes are made out of? Animals, right?
Animal. Well, like wolf and shit like that.
Right.
Because if any other stuff would be like sheep, it would be like wool. That's smooth. Okay.
Now watch about this. She put the skins of the kids. Well, she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. Verse 17, and she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. Verse 18, and he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? Verse 19, and Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according to as thou badest me. The priest, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thou shalt may bless me. Verse 20, and Isaac said unto his son, how is that thou hast found it quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me. Verse 21, and Isaac said unto Jacob, come near me, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. Look at this. Listen, look at the key word. Whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son. May feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
So the father was going to bless whoever. It doesn't make a difference. He was going to bless whoever it was.
So the father wasn't dumb. Verse 22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob. And Jacob went. It's crazy, but Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Verse 23.
So he could feel the wool in his hand, not the wool. He could feel the fur,
the hairy garment. Yeah.
Yeah, he could feel the hairy garment. He's trying to act like he's his brother, but it's like, you can fake your brother's voice, but I know my children, because one is smooth and one is not. He tried to play his father.
No, it said the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau because of hairy garment. So he know he like okay, I know, like, you know the difference. He says, Genesis 27:23, and he discerned him not because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau, so he blessed him. So he said, and he discerned him not because his hands was hairy as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. Verse 24, and he said, art thou my very son Esau? He said, I am. Right?
Okay.
Genesis 27 verse 25, and he said, bring it to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near him, and he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Verse 26, and his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. Verse 27, he came near, kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, see, the Lord smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth plenty of corn and wine. Verse 29, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. And that's it. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let the mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. It's a stolen blessing. Look at this, right? For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. He was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, thou he sought it carefully with tears. Now, listen to this. Here's the context. Why this? Lest be any fornicator, a profound person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Now, I want you to understand this real.
Here's the thing. Why is he repenting?
No, there's no place for repentance.
That's not. Why is he trying to repent? Because he tried to deceive his father.
No. It's not talking about Jacob. It's about Esau.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
No, listen. When he sold his birthrights.
All right. When Esau sold his birthright, right? Mm-hmm. Esau started out with the birthright. Jacob is the one who ended up with the birthright, correct?
Yes, because he sold it.
Okay, yes, because Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. Mm-hmm. Jacob, all right, let's just look at it like this. So I make sure I have the understanding. Mm-hmm. Jacob is black, Esau is white. Let's use that simple term, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Esau, the white man who was born with the inheritance, sold his inheritance to his black brother Jacob, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Birthright. So it's birthright, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, white man Esau tried to lie to his father that he was Jacob, correct?
No. Listen. These are the time back then. The firstborn son is supposed to have
always gets everything.
Yeah. But what he did was he sold his birthrights, which he's not supposed to do.
He was not supposed to do. We get it. Right. I know that. That's why Jacob has it. Because it was a fair transaction. He sold it. We get it.
Right. But verse 17, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. So the blessing that Isaac was given, was supposed to give him, it was given to Jacob. He sold. When Isaac gave the blessing, he thought he did not know that Esau sold his inheritance to his brother. So, but God knows. So God's like, that's nice your father did that, but he ain't know. So I'm taking the blessing from you and I'm giving it to your brother. Hold that. But
go on,
this was ordained already. So
the reason why I'm mentioning that is for the sake of the argument about how Jacob stole everything.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it don't matter. Again,
it was ordained that it was sold. So either way, he was getting it.
It was ordained, so it didn't matter how it played out. It don't matter how it played out. He sold it. I mean, it was already ordained before they came out the womb.
For people who be like, well, I don't believe in prophecy or destiny or whatever. Okay, then let's look at it as it is. My man sold it. Done. How about that?
Right. But you will have white folks said he stole it. No, it tell you in Genesis 25:23
says
it's ordained.
I'm listening to you. Read the Bible, and I'm listening to the commentary. The Bible said, bruh sold it. White people are saying in commentary he stole it. You know who I'm gonna believe?
The Bible.
What the fucking book said. I don't give a shit about the people's opinion.
And that,
like, yo, bro, it said soul. You said stole. It says soul. I don't. Maybe stole, soul. It sounds the same. I don't know how y'all mixing that up, but I'm reading it. It says sold.
Right.
So hold that.
And it says he was rejected. Why he was rejected? Because he sold it.
Yeah. Why was he rejected? Oh wait, if it was stolen, why is it rejected?
Right. He was rejected. Not only he was rejected, but it was already ordained. That's what I'm
No, but the thing is, I know you're saying that, but like sometimes you don't even have to argue. You could just say, all right, bro. If he stole it, if it was stolen, why was he rejected? See, right. Sometimes it's not important. Sometimes it's not important to get there's a line one of the brothers said last week, to argue over semantics. The semantics is not important sometimes, when you can just get the key thing is this. Yo, if it was for him, then why was the blessing rejected? Why would God reject a blessing? So you're trying to say God is evil and God takes back. You're trying to say God will promise you something and then say, nah, bro, due to something, some guy stole it. I can't give it to you. So a man who steals in the living is more important than what God says he's going to give you.
Right.
So you're trying to say man can undo what God ordains. This is stupid. So I'm like, answer the question. If it was stolen, why did God reject the blessing? Answer the question. And you'll find out that they can't answer the question. That's why sometimes it's better not to argue. Just leave it as it is, because it's like you can't argue it. They'll try to argue it, but they can't. I'm like, yo, bro, but you got to explain to me, like, okay, if it was stolen, then why would God bless Jacob if he stole it? Right. See, there's no answer. They can't answer that. You'll be trapped. It's a trap. It's not even a trick question. It's a trapped question. You can't. So you're gonna say God rewards evil. That's what you're saying. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, then, bro, explain it to me. Why would God bless Jacob but not Esau if it was given to Esau? Remember, Jacob stole it. So you're saying God's gonna bless someone who stole it? No, God would never do that. So then it wasn't stolen. Yeah, it was.
Now watch this. Watch this. Verse Genesis 27 verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce, gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. Verse 31. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thou so may bless me. Watch this. Verse 32.
Wait. Okay, go on.
And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, the firstborn Esau. Why? Yeah, why is it saying firstborn Esau and not just say, well, this is Esau? Because it was very important, because this is Isaac giving the birthrights to the firstborn son. He was rightfully the firstborn son is rightfully given, was supposed to give whenever the father died. That's when who's supposed to get it. Esau the firstborn. But why this? And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, "Who? Where is he that has taken the venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him." Yeah, and he said, "He shall be blessed." Verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, and he cried with a great, exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, "Bless me, even me also, O my father." Now, why this? Trafa, you just read it again. Let's read it again. So let's read it again. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great, exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, "Bless me, even me also, O my father." Listen to this. We read it again. Let's go back to it again right here. "For ye know how the afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears." Though he saw it carefully with tears. Wait. Oh no, where it went? Oh shit. We'll go back. Messed up. There you go. Look, here you go. Okay. "And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me, also, O my father." Verse 35. "And he said, Thy brother came with a substitute, and have taken away thy blessing." Verse 36. "And he said, Is not he rightfully named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?"
You know something? Watch this. So no, that is Esau talking, right? No, but is that Esau talking?
Yeah, it's Esau. Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. Here's where white people are complaining. They're taking the opinion of Esau. Esau says he has taken the right from me, and from Esau's point of view, he's saying his brother stole it. But Esau's not being honest in that regard, because guess what? His brother didn't steal shit. You sold it. You sold it, and you're lying. You're lying to your father, and your father knows. That's why you can't find. That's why he can't find any repentance for it. He a liar. Let's keep it a billion. You lying. You lying right to your father on his deathbed. You gonna sit there and say, "Oh, he took it from me"? Nah, bro, you sold it. Let's keep it gangster. Let's keep it a billion.
What's crazy is he says, "For he had supplanted me these 2 times." Not only
supplanted. So this is what I'm talking about. He making it sound like he made it sound like Jacob took from him.
Both
like,
times.
Jacob didn't take anything, bro. You were dying. You know what should have happened? Jacob should have let your ass die. That's what he should have did. He should have just left you to die. Come back to his dad. What happened to your brother Esau? He died, and then guess what? Isaac would say, "Okay, Jacob, then as prophesied to you, you gonna get it regardless."
Now watch this, Triforce. Watch the chart. Watch this, right? Watch this. Let's go back to it. Look. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 different mindsets. Now he said this is the second, basically saying this is the second time. This is the second time Jacob did this to me. He had supplanted me these 2 times. These 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said to Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Watch this. Try for us. Look at this. All his brethren have I given to him. What? For servants, right?
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yeah, you get me? Watch this.
Oh, I thought I got cut off again. Go on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
All right. So what's the problem here?
There's no problem. Watch this. Now, he says the elder. Esau is the firstborn son. He's older
He's the older.
older.
Yeah.
Look what it says.
So he has to serve the younger now.
Yep. All his brethren I have given to him for servants. Now, go back to Genesis 25. It says, the elder shall serve the young. So it was prophesied.
So prophesied
way before that.
Now.
Right.
Yeah. So,
right.
Well,
but
I don't see what the argument is. There's really no argument.
Right.
This doesn't make any sense. This is just what it is.
Right. So again, as I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter how it played out. It was already ordained. It was already ordained. It don't matter how it played out. It was already there.
The reason why you shouldn't use that argument is because people want to argue their opinion and semantics, like how Esau was arguing. Oh, my brother supplanted. Man, you ain't supplanted shit, bro. You sold that shit. Shut the fuck up. Man, come on, man. Cut that bullshit out. Like, see, when you allow people to get their opinion versus the that's when stupid shit happens. That's why I'm like, don't even argue it. Just be like, yo, did you or did you not sell it? Yeah, I sold it. Done. It doesn't matter if you feel it's right or wrong. You sold it. That's it. That's it.
All right. And he know what happened. He knew what was going to happen. He even said, this is what he said. He said, what my birthright is going to do to me if I'm going to die, if I'm going to die anyway. Like if I'm close to my deathbed anyway, whatever. He know,
so his brother saved his life, and he tried to renege on the birthright. Get out of here with that, bro. God already knew you were gonna die early, and he was gonna give it to Esau, to Jacob, regardless. But your brother saved your life. See, sometimes I be one man. Sometimes it's like maybe question God, like, then why'd you even spare Esau? You should have just let Jacob let him die then. I would have just avoided all of this shit. But you know why? Because y'all's wiser than us, and y'all's like, well, I need two set of people to come out of this womb. So I want to show you the nature of the two set of people. So I'm gonna let Esau punk ass live, just so you see how of a shiesty ass, stealing, bitch ass mother nigga he is on some ghetto shit. Like, you see, this is what, now you know what type of people he is. That's why y'all had to let him live, so you could see this is your mans in them. This is what he about.
Well, Trough was. Yeah. Now, I gotta do. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. Don't quote me on this. This is not a mistake. I gotta go back and read it, but I know this. I know it's for sure. Now, I know this for sure. There's something happened in the Bible. It's later on, but I'm gonna show you. Right. At this point, it says, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what shall what profit shall this birthright do to me? Right? Now, try for us. Ask yourself, why is he at the point of dying? Now, here's a known fact. Abraham is his grandfather, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Abraham is the main father anyway, so yeah. We all know this.
Right? Nimrod, Esau killed Nimrod. Esau killed Nimrod, which is Abraham's, I think either Abraham's cousin, or I might be mistaken, but it's in scriptures. Mm-hmm. It's in scriptures. I think Abraham is it Abraham. Hold on, Abraham cousin. Hold on.
This actually kind of sounds all stupid, to be honest with you, because it's like, I don't understand what the argument is here. It's pretty plain as day.
I'm trying to find it where. But anyway, we're gonna do that another time. But the reason why Esau was on his close to dying is because he was fighting. He killed Nimrod.
Animal. Okay.
So he killed Nimrod, right? By cutting his head off. Guess how Esau died?
How? Getting his head cut off?
Get head cut off by a mute. That's from I want to get this so bad. Let's get it. Let's get it. I gotta get it because I gotta get it for you. I have to. Let's finish this right quick, and then we're gonna go find how Esau died. Well, what Esau did to Nimrod, and then we're gonna go find how Esau died. Because this is crazy. We got to finish this. We got to finish, right? It says, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40, and by the sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke off from thy neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother. So look what it says.
Man's trying to murk his brother.
Thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So he's supposed to be serving. He says, shall serve thy brother. He's supposed to be serving his brother for a couple of years. And then after that, it was over with. But he said, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother. He's trying to kill his brother. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her elderly son, were told to Rebekah, that she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother as touching thee, though comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Verse 43, now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise and flee to Lebanon, my brother to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother fear return away. Verse 45, until thy brother anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him, then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I deprive also of you both in one day? Verse 46, and Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as which thee are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life be? What good shall my life do me? Now, verse 28 it goes into Jacob being sent to his brother. Jacob been sent to Rebekah's brother Laban. But let's get Nimrod dying in the Bible. Esau killed Nimrod. Scripture.
This is good stuff to know, though.
Yes, very important. But I'm trying to find where do I find it? Where is it at? Because Nimrod is was the dude ahead of the Tower of Babel, which was a pyramid. And the Most High separated everybody in the land. I mean, everybody separated. And the Most High separated them. Nimrod was behind you. See. I need to find. I'm trying to find what scripture is.
Why? Let me use the bathroom while you're looking for the scripture. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. So we gotta find it. Yeah, this I want to get this Genesis 32. This the next thing we're supposed to get. Genesis 32. Hmm. I need to find where. I need to find. Hmm. We'll find that later. We're gonna wait till traffic come back. We're gonna read this scripture. We're gonna read Genesis 32 and 1. And then after this, we're gonna go to Romans 9 chapter. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna finish off with that. The next week we're gonna go to deep into the other stuff with Esau and all that. The book of Obadiah, the book of Malachi. Here's we're gonna find out how Jacob got his name turned into Israel in this chapter 32. It's a good one too, 33. The next week I really want to go into these different stuff, man. Russell.
Reg, I'm coming.
Yeah. Go ahead. You good?
I have a question. I have a question about Esau.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you,
Go ahead.
Did you find it?
No. It's gonna be a while. So we're just gonna because I'm gonna get that gonna be next week topic, but we gonna get this right quick. Go ahead.
Esau was that skilled that my man killed Nimrod.
So, I mean, no, that was. And Nimrod was one of the biggest dudes at the time. He was responsible for the Tower of Babel, and that's why the Most High took all those different cultures and split them into their own countries and gave them their own languages. Esau, he a hunter. He a hunter, so you know.
Damn.
He a hunter. That's the story I want to get into too.
My man bodied Nimrod.
Mm-hmm. It says Genesis 32 and 1. And Jacob went on his way. The angels of God met him. This is gonna explain to us how Jacob went from Jacob to Israel. From the name Jacob to the name Israel. Genesis 32:2. When he saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mahanam. 3. Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. Verse 4. He also commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob said thus, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now." Verse 5. I have had oxen, asses, flock, and men servants, women servants, and I have sent to tell my Lord that I may find grace in thy sight. Verse 6. The messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him. Verse 7. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, the flocks and the herd and the camels, into 2 bands. Verse 8. And said, If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. And keep in mind, we missing a lot of stuff. Well, a couple chapters. So it's literally Esau just trying to go at him, like I'm literally trying to kill him. But verse 9. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which said unto me, Return to thy country, to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. Verse 10. I am not worthy of the least of all mercies of all the truth which thou hast shewed unto thy servant, for which my staff I passed over Jordan, and now I am 2 bands. I guess this means two different groups. Genesis 32:11. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the land of my brother, from the hand of my brother, and from the hand of Esau. For I fear him, lest will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. Genesis 32:12. And thou saidest, I will surely do thee good, and make thou seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. That sounds like Israel, the Israelites. That was talking. Genesis 32:13. And he logged that the same night, and took of that which came to his hand in present for Esau his brother. Verse 14. 200 she goats and 20 he goats, 200 how you say eaves? Ewes? Ewes. And 20 rams. Now, I always tell people, that's what I always tell people. I always tell people in the Bible, it will always have more females than males, because one male could literally populate
that's everything in the mammal kingdom.
Yep.
So whether you want to look at it spiritually, religiously, scientifically, it doesn't make a difference. There will always be more females than male.
Right. And said 30 milk. I mean 30 milch camels with their coats, 40 kine, 10 bulls, 20 she asses, and 10 foals.
10 bulls, but 20 she asses. So you know that bull was getting it in.
Yeah. Verse 16. And he delivered them into the hands of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put space betwixt drove and drove. Verse 17. And he commanded the foremost, saying, When Esau my brother meeteth thee, also thee, saying, Who art thou, and whither goes thou? Whose are these before thee? Verse 18. Then thou shalt see, thy servant, it is a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. Then thou say, they be thy servant Jacob, it is a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. Verse 19. And so commanded he the second and third on all that follow the droves, saying, "On this manner shall ye speak unto Esau when ye find him." Verse 20, and say, "Moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us, for he said, I will appease him with present, and that go forth before me, and afterward I will see his face, peradventure, he will accept me." Verse 21, so went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. Verse 22, and he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and 11 sons, and passed over Ford Jabbok. Verse 23. And he took them, sent them over brook, and sent over that he had. Verse 24. Jacob wrestles, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of dawn. Verse 25.
Who is waiting that long? Yo, none of those errors were just too strong. How you wrestling a man until dawn?
Breaking to the breaking of the day.
That's crazy.
Verse 25, and when that he prevailed not against him, he touched him, but he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. Damn. And he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he will say, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. Verse 29 says, and Jacob asked him, and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is that thou ask after my name? And he blessed him there. Verse 30, Genesis 32 and 30. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Verse 31, and he passed over Peniel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, but which is the hollow of the thigh until this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. Shrank. Now this is why we can't eat. You know some black folks, when they eat the chicken, they eat the bone gristle. We can't eat the bone gristle, or that little spongy thing that's to connect the joints, because Jacob wrestled the angel. Now angels mean messenger. Mm-hmm. Jacob wrestled him and messed his thigh out, or touched his thigh. So we cannot eat the joints, or whatever they call it, the little spongy thing that connect the bones together. We can't eat that because of Jacob. Oh, okay. Because of Jacob wrestled the angel. Dead. Okay, let's get Romans 9. And this is the last chapter, or this is the last chapter for this is last chapter for today. And we'll start getting into other stuff. All right, Romans 9:1, and pay attention to this. This is going to be a very, very important one. I say the truth is in Yahushua. They call it Christ. There's no C. I mean, there's was a C, but his name is not Christ. It's Yahushua. It's in Hebrew. I will lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost. Verse 2, that I have a great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. Verse 3, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Listen to this. And here's why. I was explaining to you earlier. This is why all nations hate us. As Israelites, they hate us. So when you see Kanye West, when you see Amar Stoudemire, when you see what's his name,
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard called to say, "I'm from
Yeah.
the tribe of Judah," or we the lost sheep of Israel. I'm gonna tell you why they hate us. Watch this. Let's read verse 3 again. For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Now, when it says my kingdom according to the flesh, it's talking about other Israelites. Verse 4. Who are Israelites to pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises. So I tell people all the time when it says the giving of the law, no other people in the world got the scriptures, got the laws with the Israelites. So when you see all these different groups of people reading the Bible, try to explain to you scriptures, they have no say so. You know why? Because the law, the Bible, the scripture is not giving to them. It's always seemed like when we learn history as black folks, we learn from other nations. And 9 times out of 10, they don't teach it right. 9 times out of 10, it's always something to do with slavery. It never tell you how great you are. It never tell you how wealthy you are. It never tell you how favored you are. It never do that. It always start with slavery. Anytime people from other nations teach you, they never start with the good stuff. It always, the whole premise. It's like you go into a social studies class, or not social studies class, a black African American history it's not even black folks that's teaching us. It's mostly other nations of people.
Folks, yeah.
You go to college, it's mostly white folks telling us. I'm gonna say mostly other nations teaching us about our history. You will never see that in no other culture. When you go to French class, you're gonna see a French white man. You go to Spanish class, it's always. Matter of fact, because Spanish came from Latin. Spanish and Greek is come from Latin. It's a white language anyway. But you always see, you don't see a Mexican or a Dominican or any of those people teaching Spanish class. It's always been a Spaniard, because the Spanish come from the Spaniards, which is another form of Europeans, another sector of Edomites. So our downfall, and just like the movie, what's the movie, The Woman King, is given a perspective from other culture. From 2 white women wrote the script for Woman King and teaching us about our history. And you see how black folks reacted to that movie, because that shit was dog shit. It was not dog shit. It was a good movie, but it was like so degrading to
dog shit. She was dog shit because you lying to us. Period. That's why it's dog shit.
Well, if I'm saying,
you're trying to use the movie to distort our history.
Right.
So to me, I don't give a shit how great the actors were. I don't care about any of that. You're using this movie to try to rewrite our history.
Right.
It's dumb.
Right.
I ain't gonna let that shit rock. I don't give a shit who they could have picked the rock for that actor. I don't give a shit who the Viola, whatever her name is. None of that matters. All that's bullshit anyway. You want straight lie in our face. Can we write a white man's movie and make them look bad? No.
Oh no, they'll shut that down quick.
That shit get shut. Kyrie Irving posted a movie and a movie about our history, and all of a sudden he's an anti-Semite. Huh? Like you did Women King and you lied to us. You're a racist. Look, where is the calling of these white women who rewrote the history of Women King? Where are they? Where are we shutting them down and saying that they're racist and did it? Ain't nobody saying nothing to them.
Nope. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. But let's get all right. Verse 5. Who are the fathers and of who, as concerning the flesh Christ came, who is all over, who is over all, God bless forever. Amen. I want to see what this is. Okay, this is talking about Jacob and Esau. Okay. Romans 9:6. Not as thou. I mean, not as though the word of God has taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Verse 8, that is, they which are the children of flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. So the children of the flesh, there's two different, is naming two different groups of people: children of the flesh and the children of the promise. Now we've seen who the promise is given to. Let's go back up. It says, who are the Israelites to whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenant and giving of the law and the service of God and the promise. The promise. So it's the children of flesh. Children of flesh is everybody else. The children of promise, Israelites. Verse 9, for this is the word of promise at this time where I come, and Sarah shall have a son. Verse 10, and not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our fathers, Isaac. Verse 11,
Never mind.
for the children.
Sorry.
Good. For the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election may stand, not of works, but of him that called. Here go again, Triforce. Here's another thing, Triforce. For the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called. That is very, very important. Very, very important. Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. This is talking about Esau. Mm-hmm. Verse 13, as is written. Now, anytime, I'll give y'all a hint. Anytime it says as it is written, it's talking about, you will always see that in the New Testament. In the New Testament, anytime you see as it is written, it's talking about the Old Testament. As it is written in the Old Testament. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Romans 9:14. What shall we say then? Is that there's unrighteousness with God? God forbid. So this Christian church will say God love everybody. But you come to Romans 9:13, it says, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You go to verse 14, it says, what shall we say then? Is there in unrighteousness with God? God forbid. So God saying he hate Esau, he's unrighteous?
You can't. Well, you got to say God's unrighteous. You got to say that. Which further proves the point that God took that if God gave Esau the birthright, right? But Esau sold it, and God don't even like Esau. So what does that mean? And this was already ordained before Esau was even born, because it's like it says, you can, before you're even born to do good or evil, it's already ordained.
Look. Let's go back to 11. For the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election may stand, not of works, but of him that called. So, I mean, you can't argue this. It's like it's the most. And this was trying to tell this. Triforce, you said it many times. People always trying to play God. You try to figure out God. It's impossible to do.
It is impossible to figure out God. But like in the age that we're in, it's not hard to kind of create a reason. Like, if you don't understand the reason why God does it, okay, that's fine. You ain't got to understand the reason. You're not God to begin with, right? But it is not hard, especially with our imagination, to deduce why, right? For instance, right? God could have said, all right, Esau, right, you're going to be born, and this is what's going to happen to you. And the reason why this is going to happen to you, because in a prior life, when you were someone else, I reincarnated, you did something bad after I blessed you, and now when you come back to life in this life, I'm taking shit away from you. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm like, it is not hard to decipher in this day and age why. I'm like, it's not that hard. It really isn't. I'm like, we can get an idea why y'all decided to do X, Y, and Z. And if we can't decipher a reason, then it's just not meant for us to decipher. It's like, because y'all said so. So that's simple. How about that? That's a real easy version to really understand. So why did God do this? Because God said so. Yeah, but like, I need a reason. Wait, why do you need a reason? Like, it's God. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. If Yah decides not to give you the reason, you don't need to know. Like, it's not you. It's not you and then Yah. It's Yah and then you.
That's just like the Bible says, Christ gonna come the second time. It don't give him. It don't give y'all a date, a time. No, in the Bible, it never gives you. It never say, well, in the year 1525, bam.
No,
this is when this what's gonna happen on this day. Now you can see now in today's time they put a date on everything that happened.
That's crazy.
That happened, but they never gonna put it. Like, nobody gonna say, well, you notice too when they try to build like a building, it never gave like in October 14, 2023. This is when the building gonna start. They're gonna say either early 2023, mid 2023, or holidays of 2023. It's never a fine date until it get real close. It's never it's something like if I want to build a building, and even somebody building a building, they don't know if that building gonna go up that date. That's what they hope. That's what they expect. But the Bible, you will never find a date or a timestamp or a period where this is gonna happen. It will say it's gonna happen. It'll have signs of it happen, but it will never say 2040 the world gonna end. You will never see it in the Bible. You know why? Because everybody's gonna try to do whatever it takes for it not to happen. But it don't matter. Like I just keep telling people on Terminator movie, it don't matter what they did, it's still going to happen. It's still ordained. It don't matter how it happened. It's the matter that it was ordained before it happened. It was already set in stone before it started happening. Esau lost the birthrights well before he was in the womb. I mean, before Esau lost the birthright before he did any evil or good. He did it. It was already ordained. It's nothing. You can't argue something like people say murder is evil, or killing somebody is evil. But the Most High say, go in the land of Canaan. He told Moses, go to the land of Canaan and kill men, women, and children. You can't say, well, the Most High is evil. No. That's the Most High. That's the Most High commanded. That's what he is. You can't confute that. You can't say anything about that. It's not my decision. It's what the Most High did. Something. It's something people. Something you can't control. You can't control it.
And there's a reason for that. And to be very honest with you, like, okay, so here's the thing. There's a thing in the Bible where Sodom and Gomorrah. He says when he was asking God said, "Yo, you can find me 10 people, I'll spare the place." When, in my opinion, when Yah says go and destroy a whole set of people, if Yah has to command for an entire set of people to be destroyed, bro, I'm just gonna chalk it up like this. That's gotta be one wicked set of fucking people. God to say, I want even the innocent to be destroyed. If he says, I'm gonna destroy a whole set of people, that means there is no innocence there.
Yep.
None. You can't prove it. Try first. Actually, I can. Sodom and Gomorrah. My man said, if there'd be 10, I'll spare a place. And guess what? He found one. And like, yeah, you should spare the place. Y'all's like, I don't gotta spare the place. I just need to get that one out. Yep. And that's it. And I'm like, I'll spare the one. I ain't sparing the place. So when Yah says go in and wipe out a set of people, trust me, the innocents are gone. They've either been removed a long time ago. Hey, get those people out, because when I come, it's a wrap. I'm coming pumping the Mossberg. I'm hitting everybody. And he always warns you, It's the same thing. Like, okay, did he have to, with Noah and the ark or the Epic of Gilgamesh, whatever the damn story is, it doesn't make a difference. Did not Noah try to warn everyone?
Yep.
Okay, so there you go. Well, how would you just kill all those people? He warned them.
Also, hear this, right? He warned the people. He warned them. He wanted them to change their ways. Look, change your ways. There's a flood coming. Change, and I'm gonna tell people too. Christians believe grace point. People believe
that's made up by them. You know that's made up by them to try to interpret some shit for y'all. And I'm like, don't speak for y'all. You can't speak for y'all. Wait, out of here.
Here's the thing. They said, well, we in grace, so we can do whatever we want.
Oh, okay. If they think that, that's fine. That's nice.
Grace period means you got time. If again, I use the analogy. You home, you in your room, your room dirty as a motherfucker, and your mama said, if I leave, I'm going to the store. If I leave and I come back and this room ain't clean, I'm whooping your fucking ass.
All right.
What happened?
Guess what? Do you know what time your mother's coming back exactly? No. It's the grace period you got. So you better make it happen now, Captain. And if you don't make it happen now, oh well, then that's on you. I didn't know you was coming back at this time. What do you mean? You know what grace period means? It means from when the time I leave gets the cracking. Oh, you don't want to get the cracking. You want to do what you want to do it. Okay, no problem. If I come back and it's not done, I don't want to hear you didn't have enough time. I gave you enough time. I gave you from the moment I left. The minute I closed that door, you should have been on it.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly it wasn't that important.
Right. And that's what. And guess what happened? Guess what happened to all them people that Noah warned. Guess what he at? They died.
Because why? They didn't listen. He warned them, and they was like, nah, I was gonna get that. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Just like it's the same shit with the mark of the beast and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know which one's gonna really be the mark of the beast, and I don't give a right. If it even looks like it's the mark of the beast, I'm not taking it. If it just even feels like it, it's like a certain what's the word for this? Fierce forward jab. Yeah, we'll just call it like that. Fierce forward jab. That's from Street Fighter. Yeah, just like a certain fierce forward jab. I was like, nah, I ain't taking that. That's the mark of the beast. You can eat a dick. Nah, but that's not. I don't give a shit. We're not playing no games here. I'm not even gonna risk it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Then before that, it says a lot of men at that time was wicked, doing all the evil stuff. Noah said, "Man, look, change your ways, man. It's a flood coming." Y'all didn't even have to do all that. He was just helping dudes out. He ain't gotta do that. Y'all was doing way too much. You could have just said, "Get your family, I'm flooding the place." That's it. Don't warn nobody. Just murking everyone. Mm-hmm. Don't want nobody. I don't want you to tell nobody nothing. I want them all dead. So like this is just people try to justify their interpretation of what they think Yah does and why. And that's fine. You know, when Yah comes, I want to see them break that down to Yah, explain it to Yah. I really hope Yah's a cynical person. Like, all right, break that down to me, bro. I want to tell me what I meant. Like, tell me what I meant. I'm Yah and you're my creation, but you could tell me what I meant. Verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on who I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Which simply means Yah already knows who's getting what and who. Yah knows who's bullshit in their heart. It's just that simple. So when Yah shows no mercy to a certain set of people or a person, like, it's not because no, but I know that person. I don't give a shit who you know. Like, you're not Yah. He knows. You don't know. You think you know.
Right. Verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that sheweth mercy. Verse 17, for scripture said unto the Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, and I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all of the earth. Verse 18, therefore had he Therefore had he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will have hardeneth. I'm gonna read it again. Verse 18. And you can look at this as Noah time. You can look at it as Sodom and Gomorrah. Therefore, he have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will have. Who he will hardeneth. Verse 19. Thou wilt said then unto me, why do he yet find fault? For who had resisted his will? Verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou, have repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Verse 21. Had not the a potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Wow.
Well, in today's time, you know what you can say? When you make video games and you decide to make a character evil and make a character good, like, and then the character who's evil asks you a question. It's like, it's stupid. You made him to be that.
Mm-hmm. Verse 22. What if God willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessel of wrath fitted to destruction? And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. Verse 25. Verse 24. Even us, whom he had called, not of the Jews only, but also the Gentiles. Question. Romans 9:25. As he said unto OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. Now, if OC means Hosea, Hosea in the Old Testament, in the Old Testament, in the book of Hosea, the northern kingdom was the Most High people. Then they stopped becoming the Most High people because it was following all those different cultures, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those different cultures.
It's so funny. I celebrate no nothing.
Mm-hmm. And the house is remember the Israelites were split up to two different groups. Another kingdom, which is the house of Israel, and you got the southern kingdom, which is the house of Judah. And the northern kingdom, they was into multiple different cultures. That's why if you look at I'm gonna give you an example. The Issachar, which would be called in today's time the Mayans, they have very similar, super similar. If you go to Mexico and you look at the pyramids and the serpent god, it's a core copy of the Assyrians, the Babylonians. Because people think the pyramids started with the Egyptians. No. In Nimrod time, the Tower of Babel, you have to look this up. The word that translated from Hebrew to English is pyramid. So if you look at the Northern Kingdom, they was doing the same thing with the serpent god and stuff like that. Matter of fact, Mansa Musa brother, who discovered America, he's discovered, I think it's Akbar. His name is Akbar. He discovered South America, and they turned Mansa Musa brother Akbar into a god in the culture. I could show you this right now. Let's get it. Let's get it. And so
they'll never teach you this in school.
Never teach you this. He actually the first person. He actually. Is this it right here? Let's see if I can find it. Mansa Musa brother. Okay, let's get a little bit. Where okay. Mansa Musa came to power 1312 CE. And previous a king Abu Bakr II disappeared at sea. I'm gonna say Mansa Musa's brother because I don't feel like he's saying his name. Mansa Musa's brother had departed on a large fleet of ships to explore the Atlantic Ocean and never returned. Mansa Musa inherited a kingdom that was already wealthy, but his work into expanding trade made Mali the wealthiest wealthiest kingdom in Africa. Now, here's a known fact: Mansa Musa was not supposed to be the king. His brother was supposed
to be king,
right?
But his brother never returned, so he inherited his brother's
his reign, a monarch, whatever you want to call it. But here's the important, right? And they will not teach you this. They will say, "What's that white John? Who's that the white man that discovered Americas?" No,
Christopher
Columbus, right?
Yeah.
Right. We find it. We go down. All right. After his turn, Matt. Wait, let's end it. No, where is it? Where? That's not it. It's supposed to be. I'm trying to think his name. The serpent god, Mansa Musa and the Mayans. Wait. Mansa Musa brother. And the Mayans. I'm trying to think of the name. I should have got the. I have the in my notes. I have the real information. It's gonna show you what's the name of the god. All right, watch this. How about this? Oh no. If I find his name, I found the name of it. It's gonna find. If I see his name, I'm gonna tell you. Once I find the real name, I'm gonna show you how they both of them are the same people. And people think a lot of people need to think about this too. Anytime you see like these Egyptian culture, Babylonian culture, eagle head or jackal head, those are not half man, half animals. Those are descriptions of the man. That animal represent a certain type of man. Like the Mansa Musa brother in South for the Mayans, it was like a serpent. It just means a fierce man. It don't mean he's a half serpent, half man. Oh, this is right here, I think. That name right here. That's the Mansa Musa brother. But I'm trying to look. How do I get the? Let me write this down right quick. Matter of fact, I'm tapping my phone right quick. That's the name right here. Quetzalcoatl. If I do the Google search, I also have this. I also have the book, the PDF of the book that tells you that too. I just got to go back to my email and get it. But I'm gonna get it right quick. There. Okay, I got a name. Let's see. Exit it out. And you're gonna see it's a black man. By the way. Right this. Aztec God. Look at that. Oh, wait. What just happened? Look, there you go. Look at his complexion. What's up, Noah? Look at his complexion. You got him as a black man.
Well, we know that he's got. First of all, it says it's Mansa Musa's brother, and Mansa Musa is black. So, like that just that kind of simplifies it for us.
Yeah. No. Why? But I can see they made Mansa Musa. I can see that it made him into a god because they never seen the quote was they never seen a man come from waters. I gotta get that. Next I'm gonna get this next time too because I don't like bringing out information and not having the book and the notes. But they made Mansa Musa. Let's see, put Mansa Musa's brother. Hold on. But they made let's see if I can find. Basically, the reason why they named him that, they made him into a god because they never seen a man come from waters like that.
Water, yeah.
It was simply like separate. That's how separate a lot of these culture was. And it's why I tell people about Africa. Yes, in today's time, it's considered Africa, but in back then times, again, the word say Africa is trying to separate different people. You got Europeans, you got Africans, you got South America, you got South America, North America, New Zealand. They try to separate the people or put people in a category. But if you go back to those times, they have whatever it's their own culture. So it was like instead of being like there's white folks and there's black folks, they'll be like where there's Edomites and there's Israelites, there's Ishmaelites, or it was never like America. It was like the land of Israelites, the land of Ishmaelites, the land of Edom. But you can see, I wanted to find the reason why they called him that because they never seen again. This culture was separated from everybody. It was not how America is today, and this is why it's kind of hard to like explain to people because we in like a melting pot. There's so many different cultures in one. But if you really do research, every culture thrives of being isolated. This is why America is falling against its own self. You got whites killing whites. And you can see the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party. It's all for the same. I mean, it's both white groups, all from the same origin. But when you have just like the powers of Rome, you had the same thing happen back then in Rome. You had blacks, you had Hispanics, you had Europeans, you got the Italians, you got all these different groups on one console. It would never work. It will never work when you have so many different cultures blending into one. It's a boiling pot. You don't want that. It's always better. We all like in every culture, and people like, well, segregation and all that shit. No, segregation was always better for every single culture. Every culture had the mindset of we better than everyone. That's how they thrive. Every culture still do this today, but us. We always want to be equal to everybody. We always want to be just as equal. You always want the same rights.
We want to always be down with everybody.
Yeah, it's not.
Other than just, yeah.
That's not how it works. It don't work like that. I'll be telling you, it don't work like that. It does not work like that. And guess what? Black folks want to be like everybody else. Guess what other cultures want to be like? Us.
Themselves.
Well,
that's true. Yeah, they do want to be like us.
Because
we want to be like them, but they want to be like us.
Because in the Bible, I'm gonna go over this one day till next week. Let's go next week. In the Bible, the Israelites seen every nation having a king. Israelites was the only culture at one point in time that never had a king. But instead of people trying to worship. Instead of people trying to worship the Most High, they rather worship the king. And what the Most High did was, I'm going to give y'all the king. The first king over the Israelites stole from them and left them.
No, that's what they deserve.
The Most High said, well, you asked for it, now deal with it.
Got it.
And
this is what kings do.
Right. But this was the thing with the Most High. The Most High said, instead of y'all want to worship me, I'm gonna give y'all what you ask. And look what happened. Destruction. And it's the problem with it's kind of the problem we had with like Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. It's not them per se, but y'all put them on a pedestal. And the Most High said, don't even do that. You don't need a king. You don't need, well, now we need it now, the Most Christ. But he's righteous. But they put so much, y'all put so much emphasis in a man that man could come back and turn against y'all. The one y'all wanted, just like y'all wanted a king, same king came back and destroyed y'all and left, like y'all, us, destroyed us and left us. Guess what the same thing happened with Dr. Martin Luther King. Same thing will happen with Malcolm X. You destroy your leader, now we're back to where we at. Instead of us, we don't need a king to come together. You don't need that. You don't see no other culture needing somebody from their culture to come up. You can look at every movie. We just seen all these different movies. And you see the resistance. Everything here, the resistance coming forth against the people that's doing wrong to the people of whoever that city is. We don't need a king. We could come together. We always could come together. We need the Christ now, because now we in a bad position now. But that's the only person we supposed to. You need to use Christ as a mediator. But all the praise go to the Most High. Y'all want to praise man so much. So much. You don't know how that man was raised up. You don't know if that man care about you. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all put these celebrities on the same pedestal as the Most High. Even though Kyrie Irving and Kanye West gave us an assist, like calling out the Israelites and stuff like that, but they're not practicing. They're not practicing the Israelite stuff. They're not following those laws and commandments. They say they can acknowledge them, but y'all think they doing what he doing? Kyrie Irving still burns sage in a NBA locker room, burn sage and doing witchcraft stuff. Look what Kanye. We don't even gotta go to Kanye. Kanye doing all kind of shit that going against the Most High. But it's a good thing that he called the Israelites. But you think them dudes doing what they doing now? Doing what they do in the Bible? You think they worshiping the Most High on Saturdays? You think they following the high holy days? You think they following the God dietary law? You think they doing all that? No, they ain't doing all that. But they are the children of Israel, so they gonna always have a zeal of God. But that don't mean they follow the Most High laws. So, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Okay. Verse 27. Isaiah. This is the Greek version of Isaiah. Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Verse 28, for he will finish the work and cut it short in the righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. Let's see. Oh, okay, we got a couple more scriptures, and then we're gonna go into other topics. For 29, and as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of the Sabbath had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and been made in Gomorrah. Verse 30. What shall we say then, that the Gentiles which follow not after righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of the faith? Verse 31. But Israel, which follow after the law of righteousness, and have not attained to the law of righteousness. Verse 33, wherefore, because they saw it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at the stumbling stone. Verse 33, as is written, behold, I lay in Zion, a stumbling stone and a rock of offense. Whosoever believed on him shall not be ashamed. That's it. As is it. Brother, my heart desire prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Now, if I was just explaining this, Kyrie Irving and Kanye West have the zeal of God, but not according to the knowledge. They're not for. Let's read the next verse, right? Next verse, well, next 3 verse, and that's all I want. For they be ignorant of God righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness and have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of God. So yes, they have the zeal of the Most High, but they're not doing what the Most High required them to do. Going to establish their own righteousness and have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. Verse 4, for Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believe. Verse 5, for Moses described the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which those things shall live by them. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for that. That's all. Oh damn, what I did. That's all I got for that topic. That's it. I'm gonna go into some more stuff next week. I'm gonna try to I need to find some scriptures. I'll go in my notes and find some scriptures and see where we're gonna go from there. Next week we'll come up with some topics. But yeah, what you want to do first? Try for us, Black Panther or
we can start with Black Adam.
Okay,
starting with Black Adam. This makes more sense.
Yeah. So I spelled it wrong. Black Adam. All right. So oh man, hold on 1 second. I think this was one of the best superhero movies. There's, I mean, Rothstein. No, Rothstein. To me, the Black Adam was more about Israelites, people from I ain't gonna say Muslim, but it's more of that story than because a lot of people think all this is about Egyptian, but but if you look at it, it's mostly about I would call them Israelis, but they call themselves Ishmaelites, like we just talked about. They call themselves Ishmaelites, which is not this. These are light skinned people. But anyway, a lot of people think this is about like the Egyptians, but it's about the Ishmaelis. We call them Israelis. These are not. What's crazy is they chose the rock because the rock is the similar color to those people in that town. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. The only dark skinned dude I seen was Hawkman and the old Shazam. That's the only one I've seen the wizard. Yeah, the wizard. That's the only one I really seen that was like dark. But a lot of people. But here's another thing. Here's the problem I have. He said, if I'm not mistaken, he said that was the people before. I'm talking about the Rock, like from his origin. Not the Rock, but I'm talking about the character Teth.
Teth Adam.
Yeah, Teth Adam.
Which means the first.
Yeah, but I'm saying. You see, that's the culture before. Was that the culture before modern day culture, as in before, like before Noah time, or what was it? I forgot that part. But basically, all those people back then was either white or like light skinned color. Yeah, it was not. There was no darks in that movie in that time, and this is like ancient times according to them.
And that's not even scientifically possible because the sun was out more than anything. These guys is baking in the middle of Egypt. Like that's why I'm like, sometimes I'm like, yo, that don't even scientifically make sense, right?
Right.
But put a white man or a light skinned man out in the desert like that right now. Take away all that sunscreen shit and scientific shit. Take that away and tell me who can survive out in that sun like that. And then you'll find out, like, yo, come on, bro, just cut the shit out, man. Yes, we know you conquered us and you took us over, and the majority of the people there now is light skin or whatever. But like, cut this bullshit out, all right? Like, this don't even make any sense. Stop.
Yeah,
Just stop.
and that's what aggravating because they take. Oh, well, why I keep doing that? Can you see that? Hold on. Yeah, can you see that? It works now, right? No, can you see like Black Adam? Like I'm not showing you. No, I'm
I
showing.
see. I see a bunch of Black Adam stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But if you go back to when they was talking about like the ancient times, a lot of those people had white paint on over them or dirt all over them, and they used
Yeah.
it. If you look at the scientific, or why people do that, that was the natural way of
It's sunscreen.
sunscreen. But
Yeah.
again, there was either white folks or sand colored people back then. That's impossible. They had rags. They literally had rags on. There was not one dark skinned person there. Like literally none. It could have been. Matter of fact, I think it was like 98% white folks, and they just had paint on them, or like I mean, I believe they had like Ishmaelis, which are those are not the real Ishmaelites. The real Ishmaelites are dark, just like us. Matter of fact, it's probably was hard to tell the difference between Israelites and the Ishmaelites. But anyway, they look like white folks with body paint, and they chose The Rock. The Rock blended very, very well, especially when it showed him before he was Shazam, and it showed him after he was. He literally like he could literally, if y'all didn't know The Rock, and
you think he's Sumerian or some shit like that.
You think he was, and I see why they chose him. It wasn't like, oh, he fit the role well. It's because they had to get somebody that's like they didn't want anybody unfit when it comes to like body wise, or it wasn't muscular. They put in his role.
It's all image based, man. It's all image based. They need to preserve their narrative, so it's a certain people person to do it, and that's why they did that. And I'm starting to not to give a rat's ass about these guys and their little dolly world of shit. I'm starting to not care. I'm starting to like, something, they can have it. Let them keep it. It's not that important, to be honest with you. It really isn't. Like the fighting over whose culture that they're stealing, whatever. Because y'all's already made us the promise, and these things that these guys are stealing from us, you can't steal y'all's promise. I used to be like wondering, but how is y'all gonna be able to undo? And it's not important to know how, just know he will. That's it. It's not. Does it really matter how? Nope, really don't. Just know that. Just know ass whooping is coming. Just know that. I think that's all we really need to know, that the ass whooping is coming, and y'all's just gonna fix everything, and that'll just be the end of that. On some stone cold shit. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Like, that's just it. I once I started thinking like that, I'm like, that's good, because like now I don't have to worry about anything, because like y'all got this. He got it. He got this, man. He got this.
But I misspoken. There's 3 black folks in there. The Rock. What's the chick name with the whirlwind? Her.
Oh yeah.
And well, if there's 4, because you got what's that lady that always be on DC movies, the fucking Deadshot movies.
The Angela Davis, the woman king. Like, she's known as the woman king.
That's her.
That's her.
That is her. That's her.
Yep. Not Angela Davis, Angela Viola, whatever that name. That's Viola.
That's
the woman king.
Really?
Yep.
She must look that. Well, she don't look different. Like, I mean, she. But anyway, that's but she have a significant role. It's like very small. He's like not significant, but she has a very small role. She pop up early in the movie, and like in the late in the movie, and that's it. But even the chick with the whirlwind, I don't know, I forgot her name. She's not dark skinned. Cyclone. She's not dark skinned. Yeah. She's light skinned too.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she's light skinned. I just think that's just movie lighting. I think she's actually dark skinned. Let me see something. Let me Google her right now.
Because
Google Black Adam Cyclone actress. What's her name?
I might look it up too.
Quintessa Swindle. Quintessa Swindle is an American actor. Oh shit, she's an
What?
American actor.
Oh, she light skinned.
Boy.
Wait, that's Cyclone. Yeah.
Let me look at her.
Yeah, she light skinned.
Yeah, she light skinned.
But I'm not saying it like I want the people watching. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying no colorism shit. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying in these like times.
Oh, she's a trans actor.
Huh?
She's a trans actor.
No, man, no.
Claim to fame, Quintessa Swindle is a non-binary trans actor who stars in DC's Black Adam, a big budget film with MX Swindle plays Cyclone, a superhero who has a power to manipulate the wind. The film. Oh, the pretty power. Yeah, that's why I said there was something about her that didn't make any sense to me in the film, because like why does it look like she has like either overly makeup or like she was CGI'd? Something was wrong with that. From what I remember, I was like, why did they make it to like all of her scenes is when she's only really seen when she's using a cyclone power. That's it. That's the real only time. I always thought that was weird because I'm like, nobody else. I ain't never seen no superhero that's just like that. Something was wrong, and now we know.
You sure she? Wait, let me look this up. What's her name?
Quintessa Swindle. QUINTESSA.
Say again. Wait. Oh, I spelled it wrong. QUINTESSA. Okay, I got it.
All right.
Quintessa.
Her nationality is American. This shit is crazy. All right, bro. We take that.
See? Okay. Oh, wait. I'm confused with this shit too. What the? Hey, the person, bro. Wait, so look at it. So I'm reading this, right? Here's a conflicting thing, and I don't even try to understand these people. I mean, I don't want to say these people. I don't want to try to understand this.
What do you mean you don't want to understand? It's these people. What do you mean these people? Trans. That's what those people are.
Wait,
people get offended by that shit. It's full of shit. They don't even represent themselves.
No,
these people. Israelites. If a Edomite refers to Israelites as these people, that's who we be. Israelites. These people.
No, but
so she's trans. These people.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Why this, right? He says Swindle identified as non-binary. Here's what's crazy. They grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and attended a high school at the Governor's Schools of Arts, Norfolk, Virginia. They was raised by a single father and had difficulties fitting into groups as a result of their gender and race. Swindle has said due to her not fitting stereotype about all non-binary people being guyness, which is it possess both masculine and feminine characteristics, and is a hermaphrodite is that the possessing of both male and female organs. Androgyny may be expressed regarding to a biological sex or gender ideal or gender expression. It has been difficult to find roles acting their own gender. However, they are happy to play a cis. Listen to this. Cisgender is a term to describe a person whose gender identifier correspond to their sex assigned at birth. So what it says, the word cis gender is a anatomy of transgender. The cis means on this side of. So this what trans people. This is what trans people were called. They were called natural born women, cisgenders.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird. Anyway,
that's not weird. That's them.
That's weird. I mean,
we have to. No, it's not weird. That's them. See, you know how you best deal with people like this? They're like, well, I'm this. Okay. You said it earlier. You know what the problem is? We love mixing with people. Stop mixing with them.
Yeah. But
that's it.
But here's the thing. Like, but here's the thing. She said she does not. She don't fit. Well, it says Swindle has said that due to not fitting stereotypes about all non-binary people being called andro. But that means a person with male and female sex organs, or have both male and female characteristics. But she's saying it like she's not a part of that either. Like she's not a part of the group that has male or female parts, male and female parts.
Okay,
that's I'm just like I don't. So what are you? You natural born woman, or you?
What? She or he is whoever she says she or he is. that shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Imagine her coming around and saying, I'm an Israelite. Watch what happens. we gonna sit there like, no, you're not.
Well, it was crazy. It says on Black Adam star Quintessa Swindle on being one of the first non-binary actors.
Okay. What does that mean? It means exactly what it means. First non-binary actor. Congratulations.
Wait. Watch this. Look. Is it born on February 8, 1997? Quintessa Swindle age is 25 years old as of 2022. Quintessa Swindle was born and raised in Virginia, United States. She addresses herself as a non-binary person and is proud to identify herself like that. She holds an American nationality as her belief is in Christian religion. She complete her school in a local high school. Listen, I mean, my trans and non-binary. Okay, I'm done with asking this shit. I'm not trying to understand none of that.
There you go. That's the answer. Don't try to understand it. Let it be. That's them. That's who they are. That's what those people are. Just like that's how we are Israelites, right? Okay, that's what we are, and that's what we do. Right? We do what we do, and we are who we are, and they are who they are. It's that simple. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I don't argue with them. Like, nah, you that's what you do, right? Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, but yeah, and Black Adam, to see there was only 2 dark-skinned people, 2, and this is going to be at the. We could go back to when he first, when we talk about his origin. None of those people or slaves was dark skinned. None of them. All of them was sand color. Then they had no clothes on. So then you at damn near one of the hottest places on earth, and you sand color, whatever that fucking sand color means. Timberland boot. That only one dark skinned person, and that's Hawkman or Hawk, whatever you want to call him.
That's this generation. That's this generation. That's what they're gonna learn. That's what they're gonna see. They're gonna know. They're gonna know the world as that, and that's fine. That's something we just gotta let rock be. For it is ordained that way. Yah said it was gonna be this way, so it is what it is. Ain't no argument with it. It's like, all right, word, cool.
It was some characters, right? They shouldn't have been in this movie. Like fuck Cyclone. I don't know why they put it. Literally make no sense to put it in there. Fucking Atom Smasher, which is a core copy of fucking Ant-Man to me.
Yeah.
And they didn't do shit in, like, they didn't do nothing. Like, it didn't make no sense to put him in there. Hawkman, which I like his character. I like the way he fight. He was getting his ass whipped. He couldn't hang.
Well, no, he was getting. All right, first of all, let's not say he cannot hang. He was fighting Sabat. He put a better fight to Sabat than Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate got bodied. Period. I'm like, he got bodied. My man literally said, "I can't fight this guy." And Hawkman was fighting Sabat. He was rocking Sabat, and Sabat's on Black Adam's level, if not stronger.
Right. But no, Sabat, he was trash to me. I didn't like his.
He's a bad guy, and you know they never make bad guys as good as they're supposed to be. This is why bad guys suck in these movies, because they just dog shit the bad guys.
But
they always dog shit the bad guys.
I mean, even though he's Satan, I don't know if you can call him a Satan. Or he's a demon. They look like fucking Satan. Or
the commercial image of Satan. Yeah, we get it.
He was. I mean, I don't have no problem with it, but he was weak as fuck. Like it didn't like.
He was fucking Black Adam up, bro. Adam was getting hands. The hands were being put on Adam. They had to jump him. They had to jump him. They were not beating him on. They're not beating him on the one-on-one. That's not happening, bro.
But his moves, like what he did, it was like
he didn't have any moves because he's a generic ass, whack ass bad guy. They didn't put no effort into making him an actual bad guy.
That shit, it's like he threw a fireball, breathe fire. That's it.
Yeah, typical devil shit. That's what he was. A raw bad guy. Raw. I got power. Raw.
But the thing is, when Dr. Fate was fighting Black Adam, that was fucking trash. Yeah, but Dr. Fate. Let me tell you, Dr. Fate to me seemed like it would play games where the fucking
Dr. Fate was a support character. That's what he is.
Yeah, but
he's a support. He's a support character.
He had more cameo. Did he have just as much cameo as fucking Hawkman? I feel like I was watching. Sometimes I'm watching more Dr. Fate than Hawkman or Hawk, whatever you want to call it.
Dr. Fate's job was to bring a certain aspect to the film. Mm-hmm. The elder character, the guy, the semi-super powered mystical. He's the Doctor Strange. So that's his job. His job is to be the Doctor Strange of the film.
What was also trash? He kept taking his helmet off. I'd never seen Dr. Fate without his helmet.
First of all, there's got to be another Dr. Fate because that's the way the film goes. Like Dr. Fate's not even supposed to. That's that version. You could tell that version of Dr. Fate wasn't going to last long because it's did by Pierce Brosnan. So like they're not gonna make this guy run too long with the character. They can't. He's too old.
Yeah.
They got to find another one. And Dr. Fate's change all the time. Just to let you know, I don't know if you know that. They change. Yeah, the helmet is the Dr. Fate power.
But here's another thing. You notice that you didn't see any Ankh.
Yeah, no, they wasn't gonna use that.
I didn't see none.
They were not gonna use the Ankh at all. They made some diamond shaped shit because once they use the Ankh, you're going back to the Egyptian, to Cushites, and they're black. So this is clearly the Egyptians before the ancient Egyptians. That's why there's a difference between the ancient Egyptians and the Egyptians.
What I'm saying, like Dr. Fate, I never seen a comic or any video game with him using nothing but the Ankh at all. Like at all. I didn't see the Ankh. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, motherfucker,
political stuff. They gotta, they gotta keep it. Gotta keep it political, bro.
And, what's crazy also is it's like when they went back to like the old times, it's like literally the same fucking people, and it's like in ancient times you would think it would be darker, but it's like the ancient time and the modern times were the same people. All it was one had hair and like one is modernized and the other one not. Like everybody back then didn't have hair. I didn't see nobody. Well, I wasn't probably looking at her, but I didn't see nobody with hair. I ain't seen nobody that was dark skinned. All I see was people, again, white people with paint over their body, and and it just even what's the other god? The one they consider the god, the one Black Adam killed with the electric I call it electric Nova bomb.
The
king.
That was a king, yeah.
He was white.
The people revered as a god. So this is a white man sitting on a throne with a bunch of sand-colored people in the middle of Africa with no black people, and that's the generation, and that's fine. That's what the new people. That's what the new society is gonna learn, and they're gonna think that's the truth. But y'all will come in the end, and he's gonna be like, "Y'all really believed any of that shit? You people are stupid. You deserve destruction. Done. Fuck you."
But here's the thing too.
But no, y'all, I'm this. I identify these nuts. Dead. Done.
You know what thing to it? They look more. But the king, matter of fact, that look more like fucking a Mayan type fucking pyramid or that shit they was in. They didn't look like I don't what is it? Egypt? It can't be Egyptian. But
no, Kandak is Egypt in DC.
No, what I'm saying, but it didn't
just like Wakanda's Ghana.
Yeah,
in Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm saying it didn't look like. I mean, it looked like Egypt outside, but when you get inside the pyramid, it looked more like a Mayan temple or Mayan pyramid. Yeah. It didn't look like it didn't look like a fucking Egyptian pyramid, like other movies are making. That should look more like a Mayan, because they had fucking lip plates and fucking piercings in their face. That's not how the Egyptians look. They look more like the Mayan Aztec people. Lip plates, or the piercings in their face, the body markings like that. That shit didn't look like no Egyptian shit. And again, I don't know why they put Cyclone and Smasher. They should have kept them out. That shit
there
felt
was a bunch of they wanted to showcase the Justice Society. That's why. So
I mean,
that's the only thing I can think as to why.
They made Adam Smasher look goofy. It makes Cyclone look weak because all she did was fucking twirl.
She did nothing. She suffered nothing. In fact, there was not one part in the entire film where she ever got hurt.
Right.
She, whatever, whoever the fuck it is, never once got hurt. That's why I was like, I said, are they protecting these people? But I now know why. They did not want to feel the wrath of the LGBTQs. Like, oh, why are you getting this person beat up and blah blah blah. So that's not Hollywood bullshit and whatever. So it's
you know they don't. You know it's crazy. It feels like they forced to hire somebody in
like they're trying to fill a role. What's that thing, affirmative action.
Yeah.
So we need to have a transgender person in our film so everyone can say that we're equal, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, whatever. And that's fine. It's their industry. Let them do what they want. That's why, like, I'm telling you, man, y'all smart. Y'all, well, let me not say smart because we all know y'all smart, but y'all's wise. Everything is for a reason, bro. We do not have to. What's the word for this? There's a word for this. We don't have to get into this argument with anybody about anything, bro. It is what it is. Leave these people to be who they want to be. They want to be. If that's what they're about, that's what they're about. We don't have to argue with this. Like, there's no need to. It literally is pointless.
Mm-hmm. They could have kept out those two characters because they make no fuck. Matter of fact, let's see how dumb it was. Cyclone, it's like a scaffolding. She lifted up a scaffolding and broke a scaffolding apart with the wind and tried to hit
threw it at a god. I threw it at a god. That's what it is. Threw it at a god. It took building scaffoldings and threw it at a god, and rightfully so. The Rock just looked at her like, "Bitch, what you doing? What the fuck is this?"
But Truffle, let me say this, man. I don't even think that would kill a human. How weak that shit was.
That shit would hurt nobody in the Justice Society, including herself.
This man had a fucking missile and grabbed the bitch get shot by fucking 50 cals and fucking bullets, and you throw on fucking post at it and think you're gonna do something.
Well, like I said, I think they were trying to meet a quota because they gave her no real purpose
At all.
in trying to protect her character Cyclone and the LGBT. All they did was diminish the character's quality, which who gives a shit?
So,
that's not something we should care about. It's not important.
But,
it really isn't.
But do you see a trend with this shit? Like they put roles in that community.
Watch this. Who gives a shit? the reason why I'm saying this is because not me and you. So when I'm saying this, I'm not talking about me and you.
Yeah.
But no, you're good. We care about things that have nothing to do with us. Right. And if once we as a people stop worrying about that, once I realized, let's say I wasn't an Israelite, right? Let's say I wasn't an Israelite. I would only focus on who I am. That's it. That's all I can do. If I came in, let's say I was I was someone made for destruction, and I probably am. I really don't know. Y'all will let me know though. Eventually, y'all will let us all know. So let's say I was made for destruction. Y'all came and said, "Yo, you know you made for destruction." I'd be like, "All right, so tell me what you need me to do, right? I'm still going to adhere to your laws, so I'm still going to follow those commandments because I'm not. It's one thing that my soul is already damned by you, but I'm not going to manually damn my soul to you. So if I know what's right or wrong, and y'all said it doesn't make a difference if you know what's right or wrong." You're still made for destruction. That's fine. I'll be like, all right, cool. But like, if you go, I want you to go rape that person, I'm not doing that. You're just gonna have to outright just do what you said I'm for, made for destruction. But there's no way I'm gonna know your laws. You made me, and then I'm gonna break your laws, knowing that. Nah, bro. I'll see. Like, just destroy me and remake me. So it's okay. I'm good. So I would only focus on who I am and what I can do for the world. That's it. Knowing that I'm made for destruction. Knowing. So it's like it doesn't like with Triforce, that's not gonna stop y'all from sparing you. It doesn't have to stop y'all from sparing me. I just choose I don't want to do evil shit. That's it. I just choose I don't want to do evil. I'm like, if that, let's say like, well you trying to make it up to y'all? Not really per se. I'm like, there's probably a chance maybe y'all's like, oh, dead ass, like, even though I made you for destruction, I told you to go do evil, you still said, nah, you ain't gonna do it off of the principle? Yeah, because you know why? In a sense, that's kind of like just me. Just, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be an evil motherfucker. I'm like, maybe that shit's for other people. That shit ain't for me.
Right.
And if more of us would just focus on, like, just focus on that and stop trying to be these other people, we as a people would make it further, man. We're so focused on this other shit that got nothing to do with us. We're complaining about other people and all this other shit, and what will that do for us? It doesn't do anything for us. It never has, it never will. We just need to focus on who we are as a people and do as Yah says. That's it. If we do that, we'll be golden, bro.
Yeah.
We will be so golden. So that I've learned to accept people who they are. Hey, I'm a transgender. Hey, I'm God. Hey, I'm what's the word for this thing here? I'm a jet. I'm a camel. I'm a cat. I'm a dinosaur or whatever. I just be like, thumbs up. That got nothing to do with me. Now, if you go, you better believe in me, I'll go tell you, go fuck yourself. I ain't got to do shit. All I have to do is accept your existence. And that's it. I'm gay. Nice. Well, do you like gay people? No. Do I accept gay people? Yes. Do I tolerate them? Yes. Do I respect them? Meaning like I won't put no harm to them or whatever the case may be? Of course I'm not going to do it. Yah says thou shalt not murder. No, actually, yeah, it's really thou shalt not murder, not thou shalt not kill. I mean, God never told nobody not to kill shit. He said thou shalt not murder. Murder is killing of the unjust. Killing is killing. So if you see an innocent person and you kill them, that's murder. If so, that's why like you have the laws, right? Someone pulls out a gun on you and you fight back and you kill them. You kill them. It's not murder. You don't go to prison for killing people. You go to prison for murder.
Crazy, man.
So a dude can roll up on you and try to kill you. Well, if you kill him, it ain't murder. He just got body. That's it. He just got body. He's fucking with the wrong one. Yeah. So we as a people just need to just focus on what Yah. That's why now it makes sense. It all makes sense when Yah says what he says. It's like, yo, stop focusing on them, man. Focus on what Yah says. If we just focus on what Yah says, literally, the more I do these studies with you, man, on the Sabbath, the more sense it makes. That's why it says Yah's people will understand what Yah means. I'm like, I completely understand. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I know. I actually understand why Yah says, who gives a shit? Why do you care? What does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with Yah telling you what to do? And so if we just do what Yah tells us what to do, we golden. And we shouldn't work. One of our things that we worry about is death. Like, everybody gonna die. So like, stop trying to avoid like dying. You're gonna die, right? So it's not about you dying. It's about how well you live. So we need to live the way Yah has intended for us to live. If we focus on living the way Yah intended us to live, yo, we can't lose, bro. No way. Can't lose. Not possible. Focus too much on how other people want to live, and that's our greatest weakness. In trying to be down with them and what they want to do. Man, fuck your team. I won't be on your team. Team is whack anyway.
This what we got to do. Next week, this is what I want to do. I want to do the laws. This is what I want to do. I want to do.
That's what we really. What are the laws and the commandments? That's what we really need to focusing on. What did Yah tell us to do?
So we got Leviticus 11. They're talking about the diet, the food diet, because we got ceremonial law, we got spiritual law. So what Leviticus 11 is a short chapter. It was 47 scriptures. Leviticus 12 is 8 scriptures. So I want to do some stuff in Leviticus, definitely on the food, because you got Christians telling out here that when Christ died on the cross, that those things that was unclean are now clean, and
them shits are still unclean. Yeah, I'm like, fuck out of here. Them shits are still unclean. Who the fuck told you that? I'm like, where did it say that? I want to know.
That's that.
I want to know.
That's what that Christian doctrine. That's that Christian doctrine.
Like, look, I get it. You know, when they brought us over here and we were slaves and we was out in the wilderness, we had to eat certain shit to survive. I get it. But where does it say that he turned these unclean things clean? Out of here. Just keep it a billion. Keep it what it is, man. Like, yo, this is not clean, but we understand your circumstances. We understand the situation you is. We're going to give you a pass.
Well,
so that means after that, nah, bro, you got to go back to the clean shit. It doesn't mean, we good. No, it does not mean that.
Well,
it's just when we came out of Egypt, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that we learned when we was living in Egypt. Okay, now we out of Egypt. You can stop that now. It doesn't mean, because you was in Egypt and you was doing it, you keep rocking. No, stop.
I will argue that when we was in the wilderness, we wasn't eating none of that bullshit.
Well, no, I know, I'm getting that, but it's for argument's sake, for people but when we was in the wilderness, we had to eat that. Okay, I get it. We had to eat that. We didn't have a choice, but we're not in the wilderness anymore.
But wait. When we was in wilderness, we was on our own. They wasn't eating that. It's only we was in those cultures that we was eating. That's why Leviticus will tell you. Leviticus is talking about the times we was in Egypt. when we was on our own, we was following the Most High when we was our own. It's when we was in other cultures, we were following their gods and their ways. So that's why, like the example, the golden calf, we wasn't doing that by ourselves. We wasn't doing none of that. Or when we left, we wasn't doing no golden calf. It was when we was, again, that's black folks trying to be, well, I see that those people doing it. We should be able to do it too. Or I want they deem themselves as equals to the natives of that land. Now we could talk about slaves eating pork, and again, that's us being in that's us being in others captivity. For example, like pork, and the reason why pork was given to slaves because those white folks was, I gotta say, they was poor, but they were also, their main diet was pork. Number 2 place in the world is Europe for pork consuming. So they eat that on a natural and on a daily basis. And again, in Europe, it is void of natural resources. So everything is either imported or they eat animals that's there. Like animals that's
watch us.
Wild boar.
I lived in Babylon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Babylon, and I used to eat shrimp. I used to eat beef, steak, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Okay, I leave out of Babylon. I'm in a vegetation state country now, right? Mm-hmm. I justify me eating any of that shit anymore. There's no justification. I'm no longer there. Okay, so I should just eat better, right? Yeah, okay. So that's why I eat better. But what people try to say, yeah, but like when I was in New York, I used to eat it. Yeah, but you ain't in it no more. So stop.
Well, even if you in New York, you still have a choice to eat it, right? It's not like, oh, this is the only food.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say you in that situation, and that's the only. Listen, if you're in that situation, that's the only way to survive. Bless your food. Pray for your food. Ask y'all to provide you better food next time, or whatever the case may be, and do what you can, right? But just try to survive on what you got. But like, don't try to justify it, and that's the problem. Our people, we try to justify it because we once got away with it or did it, and I don't even think we got away for it, because you still got to repent for that sin. Out of here. That shit don't just stand there. Everything costs, bro. Everything costs. That's one thing y'all tells you. Shit, even what's his name? Esau's life cost. Bro had to give up his what's the word for this? His birthright. Cost for food to save him. It cost him, bro. Dude's been paying for shit for eons now. Been paying. Adam and Eve committed a sin. That shit costs. Shit ain't free out here. Shit ain't never been free.
A lot of people think they got away with something the first time. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
It just ain't your time yet. It just ain't your time yet.
Y'all is giving you the time to make up the wage to pay for that shit. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Y'all, like all the sins that I've ever commit, y'all's like, yo, bro, you have this amount of life. You don't know that lifetime that you have, but you have this amount of life, bro. You gotta repent. That's the cost, bro. And if you don't pay in repentance, you gonna pay with your soul. You gonna pay.
Just like the real Rick Ross, the one he probably responsible for 80 to 90% of the drugs that was going on, I think, in California. And he said, man, I was a toe up. Now he said, you know how many families I destroyed just I was selling that. Now he making recreation centers, and he doing all this stuff he could.
Because he has to try to repent and pay for that shit. Yep. That shit costs. And if he doesn't, you be like, all right, bro, you ain't got to do this. But when you die, best believe you going to cough that up.
Mm-hmm.
Something, you going to come up off something. Ain't none of this shit free. So it's the same thing. I left out of Babylon. All types of fucking shit happened to me in Babylon. I left. I say, yo, y'all, just give me can I get a clean bill? If I get a clean bill, bro, I'll do exactly what I can. Yada, yada. And I'm still learning on the way. I am not no saint. I don't want no one to think I'm some saint guy over here. I am not a saint, bro. I do exactly what I can, bro. That's why I try to help my sisters and stuff like that. And I swear to you, every nigga that I know think I'm fucking my sisters, B. I'm like, nah, bro. First of all, y'all let me remarry. So I'm good with that. Gave me a brand new, fresh, young wife, too. I'm good. I'm happy that I even have that. Because he could have said, nah, nigga, you could be out here like niggas who ain't getting no cheeks, no happiness, no wife, no family, no nothing for like years. Now I'm golden. So I'm like, all right, if that's going to be the case, what is the payment? You ain't going to be rich. You're going to live a meager life, right? You're going to be happy. You're going to have to work and till that soil, take care of your family, take care of your brothers and your sisters. Bro, I am so golden with that. And y'all puts the people in my life that make it even possible. Where am I going to? Well, y'all, I can't work in Babylon. I can't work some of these jobs and stuff like that because the person who I am. Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to put some people in your life. They're going to give you what you need, not what you want, but what you need. And you take that, you feed your brothers and sisters, and you build off of that. That's not going to sustain me. That's not the way the world is. And y'all's like, I don't give a shit what you think the world is, nigga. I'm telling you this is what needs to be done. You gonna listen to me or what up? All right, you got it. Yeah, here comes all y'all. I don't know y'all from a fucking hole in the wall. You Noah stated, KDZ, fucking Black Dragon, Black Poldrin, all these Jagan, all these people. Just where y'all come from? Y'all sent y'all. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna help my brothers and my sisters, and that's just that. That was the deal. I renege on that, forfeit the soul. I'm not reneging on that. I don't want no riches. I don't give a fuck about no Jordans and no Maybachs and no Ferraris and no bitches. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. You know what I care about? My family I have here in Jamaica, the sink that we cook our food in, the bathtub that we wash our ass in, my wife, some food to eat, her brothers and sisters, our brothers and shit like that, and family in which I take care of. I have purpose. I'm good. Yep. I'm golden on that. That's all me.
And that's all shit matters, man. That's all shit matters. I've been, just, and it's tough. It's tough, especially when everything is going up and it's too much shit going on. So many stuff you gotta take care of, and I don't know. I don't even know how many. I think it's for black folks. Even the rich black folks is going through it. Every dog got his day, but again, it don't matter how much money you got, or how much each state, or how much you have. Everybody have problems, and it's you think. I tell people all the time because everybody in the scarce and everybody in scarce and everybody in rushable to get money, and y'all just don't know that money loses value so much, bro. And then it gonna get to a point where I'm gonna have to take. Well, say you're a family, like three or four people. You gonna have to start trading with them because the money gonna be so scarce. Even you could be working, but it's all about resources. It's not really about money anymore. Like it's not about currency.
The only wealth is the work. It's all the work, man. That's the only thing that have value. The work.
Yep, and just you gotta, especially our people, y'all gotta start like rekindling some of those relationships, bro. Y'all fighting over the craziest shit, and y'all break bonds and shit like that, and then y'all be wondering why, man. I don't have no help. I'm doing this shit on my own. Yeah, because y'all fighting over the dumbest shit. Y'all talk this shit out. Help each other out. And get shit done, man. I still get help. I still get help from my parents, still to this day. Still, but when my parents need something, I'm not gonna say no. None of that. See, they need something. I try to get my parents to not need anything, and I try to get all the people I really deal with on a daily basis or a weekly basis, whatever. I try my best to be available. I try my best to try to make things better, whatever I can do, try to make it better. And especially these times, especially black folks, y'all gonna need each other more than ever. Cause now the money is like, I remember $500 checks, $600 checks will get you far. Will get you far. Now $500 could be spent in an hour. I remember if I had a whole check to myself, I remember I remember how I felt. I remember like, okay, that's good. I can save money and I can stack up. But $500 now is ain't shit. One bill,
One bill that's gone. That's
one
gone.
one small bill could be gone. Cause it like this past summer, my energy bill was between $400 and $500 for 1 month. Then I'm sorry, not 1 month, for 2 months. Never ever me living by myself was that high ever. And it was crazy is it's not really the energy y'all burn. It's literally the fuel. If you look on your energy bill, the fuel prices is higher than your electricity usage. You can look that up.
No, well, it takes fuel to for your electricity.
Yeah,
So it's a machine. It's a machine that uses fuel to power your electricity.
yeah. But I agree with that. But I'm saying that's higher than anything.
Yeah, because
on your bill. That's crazy.
Look what's going on in look what's going on in the world. Russia and these guys sanctioning Russia. This shit don't even make any sense. Like, why are you sanctioning Russia? Like, they run the. I mean, this is gonna get to politics, and like these guys are stupid. I don't give a fuck what Russia did, right? You can't stop. I'm sorry. If you sacrifice one country for the fuel of the world so everybody else can live, Ukraine got to go. That's it. So I don't give a fuck how evil that nigga is or what he doing. Because guess what? If you by trying to stop Putin, you're suffering everyone else in the world. And let's keep it a billion. Like, motherfucking Ukraine winning against Russia. Like, Ukraine can't win. Maybe if NATO help, but if those guys help, it's the end of the world. That's it. Because Russia's gonna be like, oh, y'all niggas jumping me? All right, go nukes. Okay, we nukes. Okay, everyone die. There you go. So at the end of the day, like the Russia won the war. So it's already preordained. They won. You can't do anything about it. If you do anything about it, nukes get called. Nukes get called, everybody dies. Everybody dies. What was the purpose of the war again?
And they're doing your girl dirty over there. What's her name? Brittany Griner? Oh, she's going. They put her.
She can hold that shit. She a dumb fuck. She's a dumb bitch.
What I was saying is she doing the dirty. They put her in a prison, labor prison. I say, damn.
Equal opportunity, bro. Equal opportunity.
A labor prison where she got a. I don't know if y'all seen these movies. I don't know if y'all remember seeing the Jackie Chan movie. But it was in a coal mine. He was arrested, and there's a prison where he just like beat coal all day. Like they just try to find coal and shit like that. And they stopped. They get their ass whooped and shit like she's in that type of camp now. Well, that's what I read. She was in a labor camp. That shit is crazy.
She better hope her president help her. Russia wants to do a prison swap, but the United States don't want to swap an NBA star for black op niggas that cause terrorism to They don't like that's just not an equal trade. You're just a WNBA player,
right?
That's him. Like, what the fuck we want to swap with your ass for? We trying to get our black ops niggas out. Now, if Russia want to trade for that, yeah, we take that. Russia's like, man, we ain't giving you shit.
Was he like a black market arms dealer or some shit like that? He sell like weapons and shit.
There's a bunch of dudes. Russia is willing to do the trade, but like Russia wants the value, and America wants the value. That's what I meant to say. America, unfortunately, especially because she's black, they don't see no value in her. Like they trade. You think they will trade her over a Navy SEAL? You done lost your mind. Fuck out of here. They will never trade over a Navy. The civilians want her out. The military is like, nah. We need someone of actual value. Oh, we're just gonna. So what you trying to say? She's not a value? Well, I'm the wrong person to ask. You gotta ask Biden and them niggas for that. They'll let you know. They'll let you know. And you ain't gonna like the answer. Tell you that much.
She should never. She never did that.
I don't understand our people. They love going to other people's countries, boy. They love that shit.
I can't.
Especially them guys when they see a black girl. Have you ever traveled before? No. You ever been to this country? Where? Germany or Greece or some other stupid shit like that. A dumbass Jamaican niggas is over there in Ukraine. Fuck you doing in Ukraine? I'm trying to get an education. You stupid fuck. Like, of all the places you could go to, you go to Ukraine. Fuck you doing in a European country for education? It's the best education. Dissing themselves. Dissing themselves. Dissing themselves. Shit is crazy. It's the only place to get a good education. So what you trying to say about black people? We can't get an education, bro. That's what it is.
It is why I like the Dwight Howard. The Dwight Howard went to Thailand. Was it Thailand? Not Thailand. It was he went to some place in
Taiwan. I don't know.
Was it Taiwan?
Who knows?
Like I tell people, I wouldn't if it's not. Yeah, Taiwan. I wouldn't go to.
Oh, he went to Taiwan. The same
Taiwan.
place China's trying to China's about to go to war and be like, yo, give us our place back. That same place. Anything happening to the White House is dumb fuck. What you doing in Taiwan?
I would never go to like Jamaica. I would go to Jamaica because that's our people there. It's our people.
Well, I don't understand why where are our Babylonian teachers and professors? Why aren't they going to Africa and building schools there so they could teach the next generation to be smarter than the generation that we're in? Why are they going to other people's countries? And because of the money. Yeah, all right, bro, follow the money though. Go do that. Go do that, B. Go do you.
His first game, he scored a lot of points. Like, let's see what points.
Of course, give it to the black nigga. He gonna dunk on everyone. Of course.
He gonna show out.
Dwight Howard. Fucking Dwight Howard. These niggas is like 3'1" compared to him. The fuck?
In a debut, he had 38 points, 25 rebounds, and 9 assists, and 4 blocks. He's like he's in the NBA, huh? That's a Hall of Fame number.
Exactly. Well, he can be the man over there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's it, man. How long we been streaming for? 3 hours? They ain't that bad. We usually stream longer than that.
Yeah, we usually. Well, we did kind of start a little bit later, so that's why that happens. So it happens.
Yeah.
So, but next week you say you want to do what now?
Leviticus 11. I want to do Leviticus 11. It's like a 48 or 40 something scriptures, but I want to start getting to the laws of what we supposed to do and what we're not to do. I also want to get into just laws. So I'm gonna get a list. I know Leviticus 11 is one I really want to touch on, but it's some laws, civil ceremonial laws and stuff like that. Like how we supposed to. Oh, the Bible. The Bible teaches you how to survive economically too. I will get in that too. Good. That's a good one. So example. Give example. Quick example. So you see how banks. Let's say you get 500. Let's say you get $100,000 from banks and you got to pay interest back. That's a sin. You're not supposed to.
Interest is a sin, right?
Yes. I'll tell you why. Because you're not supposed to, in the Bible. You're not supposed to charge. You're not supposed to charge somebody what they don't have. So if they're already taking 100,000 from you, they got to pay 100,000 back. But 100,000, like anything over that what you gave them, you charging them. That's a sin. That's not economically good for them. Like I tell people, if you borrow something from me, like you say you borrow money, don't pay it back, because why would I want you to pay back something that I already know you have a hard time?
Well, so funny.
Having.
What's so funny? If someone goes, if someone says, here's an example, right? I will put it like this. My friend of mine's, Jermaine, because people lend me money all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not lend me money. People give me money all the time. My boy Jermaine, he's always given me money in the past when I've been in dire situations and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes, he says, yo, I'm in a bit of a problem, but I don't get paid until Monday. Can anybody spot me $20? I'll give it back to you the following week, right? I didn't really have it, but I had it, but I didn't need it.
Right.
See what I'm saying? He needed it. I had it. I just wanted to save it because, I'm always in some volatile financial situation. I don't actually work a 9-to-5 job or anything like that. So I need whatever money I have, I need to hold on to it. So he knows that, right? But he said, yo, guys that have money are in way better positions than me. They didn't have it. So I just said, yo, I got it. I could just give it to you. And he's like, no, he was like, I'll give it back to you. I said, yo, that's fine if you can give it back to me. But if he can't give it back to me, I'm not running him down.
And that's a problem too. That's also so it's a both sides. Okay, if you come ask somebody to borrow money and you dodge them, or you're supposed to pay them that money. So if you don't have it, to say you don't have it.
Exactly.
Now if you don't have it, if you say you don't have it, and you go hassle people, you're not supposed to hassle people. You're not supposed to go. Man, if you don't go get my money, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat your ass. You're not supposed to do that. That person knows. So example, right? If something happened, let's say it's a scripture. I think I'm gonna paraphrase it. Where it was like a dude beat a man up. That if you beat that man up, you gotta take care of that man and his family. You know why? Because that man was he was a provider.
Of his family.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he was working that job. He was working that job. Now he can't go to that job because you beat him up. So not only you got to work for him, but you also got to take care of his family too, because you got paid. It's like you got paid double. Not you got paid double because now, but it's really triple because now you got to take care of your shit, his shit, and his family shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in the Bible. If I say you gotta handle things differently. You gotta handle things differently. You just can't just beat a man up. Like if you beat a man up and he injured, how can he provide for his family? The Bible gets so deep into shit and that's what I love about the Bible. It's like if the Bible explains every facet of life. It don't matter. It can talk about whores, a prostitute, drugs, or
I got some debts. I got some debts I gotta clear myself. And I was like, it's not, I don't make resolutions, but I'm not in the situation. I'm not financially in the situation to be able to pay off certain debts. But I do aspire to clear my debt. I actually want, well, there's some things I'm working on. And once I get these things in place, like everyone thinks, there's some people who think that Trifle is going to be on some, like, once he gets rich or something like that, I'm going to be balling or anything. Like I said, I'm going to be the poorest motherfucker with money you ever know. Because all my money I'm going to have, I'm giving it to all. Like, I literally want to have a reparations day. A day where, like, people come and be like, yo, Triforce, I see you mad successful. Blah, blah, blah. Remember me? I'm like, yo, what's up? Yeah, like, yo, a long time ago, borrowed $500 from me. Bam, check. Clear them. And I want to set up a whole day for that, where people can just come and get cleared. I don't want to owe nobody. I want to be able to set people to say, yo, Triforce literally, after all these years, literally came back and said, yo, there's a money I owed you a long time ago, but I never really got back to you about it because I couldn't financially do it or whatever. Here your money. I want to clear myself one of these days like that. And I'm going to do it too. There's somebody who owes me $2,000.
Damn.
He owes me $2,000. And the person can actually afford it too. But they just decide not to play me. And you know what I do? I don't run them down for it.
Hey, it's going to catch up.
It'll definitely catch up.
That's why they say the revenge ain't yours, is the most highest. Revenge ain't yours, is the most
the person knows. They know they owe me. And I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. I know who I owe.
And you know what? Another thing is too. If you let's say he owes you, and you do something just as dirty as him, the punishment is 2 times worse for you.
Yeah.
Not only you lost what he owes you, but that could lead to jail time. That could lead to anything, getting killed. Anything. That's why I try. I don't like getting in an argument. I mean, it's always you always could state your opinion or the point through, but I would never resolve in like disrespect. So what I mean is like I get in arguments with people on Facebook all the fucking time, but not one time a person can go on there and says, well, he talk like you'll never if you go to the comments, they'll always come at me and try to get personal. I would never get personal. You know why? First of all, I don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the people half the time. But another time when you go and ask somebody personally, that means you're hurt or you're weak. I don't know these people to even go attack them personally. But like 90% of people that come at me, they try to get personal. But none of this shit going to hit because they don't know anything about me. So I try, if I get an argument with you, it's not gonna end with violence. It's not gonna end with me, you a bitch ass nigga, or you're a pussy, or I'm never going to do that. I'm gonna see you wrong, or I'm gonna point it out. Like, look, why y'all always like? I had a little debate with a Christian. Now he's supposed to be Christian this, Christian that, like top flight Christian, and he said, "Man, you a dumb, you stupid." I'm like, I see it now. But I was in the lobby with, I was in Discord with a lot of people. I said, bruh, y'all see this? This man's supposed to be a Christian, but try to attack me personally. He don't know anything about me, but I see, look, I'm an Israelite, and look how I'm handling him. I ignore completely the fact that he called me out my name and all this shit. Didn't faze me, but he getting pissed off, he getting mad, and he cut himself. When we say cut himself, he's showing his ass. He getting destroyed by his own doing. Like sometimes I tell y'all could do whatever to me. Y'all can say whatever. I can do whatever to me. Y'all can say whatever about me, whatever to me. But one thing I do, you will never see me come at you the same way you come at me. You know why? Because I believe in karma. I believe in some real fucking karma. I seen it myself. Motherfucker, road rage. Motherfucker, drive next to you. Fucking curse you out, man. Get your slow ass out the way. And the same, that's not me, but I seen it. The same dude who said get your ass out the way, he got in a car crash, a badass car crash right after saying that. He was so mad with the dude on the left lane because it was a left
paying
right.
attention.
He wasn't paying attention. Boom. What they call that? A quick karma. Quick fucking karma. So it's like a person come at you stupid. Personally, man, you can still address that person, still talk to that person, but respond with calmness, because ain't nothing more fearful or more firm than a person who in confliction is calm. No matter what that person do, he calm, a calm mind. No matter what that person coming at you, reckless, whatever, hard, but you calm and you methodical. You got a method to your shit. It always.
The forces of evil don't like calm opponents. You can't read them. A calm person is a very hard person to read.
Right.
Very difficult. So, and I know what you mean by that, and that I need to learn that myself, like to remain calm.
Me too.
Stop getting upset.
Me too. And I promise you, I'm way better than what I was before. Way better.
Oh, I'm way better, but I need to be better than even this.
Right. And then once you got that calmness, and you go see like when you calm, also you can think better. You think better, clear mind.
Yeah, you can. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You calm with it, and then we talked about this a couple podcasts ago. 15 seconds of being mad could get you 15 years in jail.
Jail, yeah.
15 seconds of being mad,
or 15 years in prison.
So,
and then you have to ask yourself, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You can think that over. You have 15 years to think that over. It's 9 o'clock now. I want to get some food.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. 8 o'clock.
I woke up at 3.
That's good.
I was up all day, so I woke up at 3. But like, damn, I've not eaten since yesterday. But just to let everybody know, you guys only need one meal a day. Don't let anybody fool you about this 3 meals a day. It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's an absolute lie.
I ate like 2 times, but I didn't eat a meal. I just eat like a couple pieces of chicken. But normally on Saturdays, I don't eat because normally we do the podcast. 8 hours.
We don't have time to eat.
Yeah.
So we only eat once a day anyway. So well, not on one time on the Sabbath anyway.
Yeah.
So next week we go over the laws and the commandments of God. Leviticus, we'll do the food and the business. Following week we could do something else.
Because I really want do the laws so people can understand how we supposed to act and be civil with us each other. How we supposed to do that? Because one thing you hear about the black community when it comes to business, you always hear that we unprofessional. Like they automatically from other black folks, they always rate other black folks of how white counterparts manage business, but they'll go to that same business and ask for a discount, but go to that white business and pay double the amount of the money for the
money. That's crazy.
So we're gonna show you in the Bible how we supposed to, as Israelites, as black folks, Native Americans, Spanish people, or Latino and Native Americans, Mexican. We're gonna break down the scripture how we supposed to treat each other versus food wise, civil laws, and just economic law, like economically, how we could get better economically. We did it numerous of times in history. One of our recent biggest economic wise, Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street. So we did it before. But we got to do is one of our key things to do, how to get that back, is we gotta go to the same mindset they did. They had to in the 1930s, 1940s. Blacks had to defend or look after themselves. They was not getting back. They were not getting money from other nations, stuff like that. They was forced. It was segregated. So we need to go back to that same formula. We gotta first of all nations in America is making money off of blacks. So if you take, they're making billions of dollars off of blacks. So we could take our own money and put it into black owners. We could be more. Matter of fact, if we take the $1 billion off, the $1 billion that we spend, multiple $1 billion we spend, we wouldn't have all these different cultures running shit and controlling shit. They will have to come to us for resources. All the other nations have to come to us for resources because we have the wealth. We blacks are providing the wealth. That's the crazy part. We put all these people that mistreat black folks and all that. We put money in their pockets.
What is the greatest resource in the world? They go gold, oil. I said no, black people.
Yep. We are number one in every category. Gaming, movies. Give example. You can look at Judge Joe Brown, where he explains that Hollywood was going broke, so they put Black Panther out, the first Black Panther, and that made billions. That's why it was the highest gross movie, probably highest gross Marvel movie. And y'all can see how the power of the black dollar. That's why they put that movie out, because Hollywood was going broke and they needed a push. So they made Black Panther. It's not, you ever thought the reason why they did that? Like, that's, Black Panther been out for the longer.
It's not even like, there's gotta be, I was like, what made these white people decide to say, I give black people their own movies? Something gotta be going. Because they don't just change up like that for just no reason. Yeah. Nope. Something got to give. Something was like, nah, bro, we ain't gonna make it if we don't. That's exactly what it is.
Well, watch the Triforce. We had multiple black superheroes, but we didn't have a black superhero in his own country, being the wealthiest, the most powerful country in the world. They didn't have that. You had Blade, you had Spawn, you had we call it Meteor Man. Meteor Man is like a hood.
Yeah, I know Meteor Man.
Yeah, but we never had a movie where it's showing as Wakandians as a nation, one of the most powerful nations in the world with great technology. We never had that. So why would they want that for black folks? Why would they want this saying it? Why would those people want us to show liberation and coming together? Why would they want to do that? It's not because they want us to do it. It's because they was broke. They didn't have no fucking money. They were losing money. Just like Blade literally saved Marvel. There wouldn't be Marvel if it wasn't for Blade. You know, Blade, Wesley Snipes. So,
which they didn't even want to rehire him.
Right,
just fucked up.
But yeah, we're gonna get next week Leviticus. It's gonna be a Leviticus and Exodus because that's where the laws and stuff at. One of them, I can say the most important, but that's all most of the laws at. And this is gonna try to help us get better. While I'm reading also, when I read too, I'm learning too also, because there's some spots, some stuff I might miss. I could read this out of the stuff I read it before and studied before, but there's some stuff that I might miss now because I'm more. It's like I read now for every word, not every scripture. And what I mean by that, I want to break down every single cram of the scripture, the word. If I look in Hebrew, what this word means, because I want the best understanding for that scripture. I just don't want to read scriptures. I want to read what those words mean, because it could look in English, it might mean one thing, but in Hebrew, it might be a whole totally different thing.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I want to do next week. It's gonna be a good one. But yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for coming back at it. We're gonna be back here next week. Same time, I'm gonna do a feature stream again, and yeah, man, this is a Night Commandment podcast.
Make sure you guys are here for next week, man. The laws is probably the most important, probably going to be the most important stream that we've ever had. Mm-hmm. The laws, the commandments of Yah, very important. So be here for this, man.
Yeah. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.